It's a wrestling night in Westmoreland County.
Two-point reversal and near fall does Henry. Uh-oh, this could be a big one. He's got Rose in danger. Henry the senior with the 6-point mat slapper.
High school wrestling, live on the Westmoreland Sports Network, is presented by Quest School of Wrestling, developing wrestlers to be the best people, students, and athletes they can be. By the Army and Navy Store and Indoor Pistol Range in Latrobe, family owned and operated for over 100 years. By Marino's American Eatery in Greensburg. At Marino's, we have one focus, you. By Bowser Automotive. That's the power of Bowser. By Young Guns Wrestling Club, dedicated to helping young wrestlers achieve at a higher level. By Westmoreland Drug and Alcohol Commission, prevention is key. By Excella Health, expert care here. By Manor Valley Golf Course in Export, your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley. By Mat Factory Wrestling Club, one of the premier wrestling clubs in Western Pennsylvania today. By Dr. Scott Learn General and Cosmetic Dentistry in Latrobe, giving you the confidence to enjoy your smile. By the Rehab Center in Lower Borough, chiropractors caring for health. By Al Gallardo, Financial Advisor, Lincoln Investment. Let Al help you achieve all your financial goals. By Sendell Motors in Greensburg. We would love to meet you. By Rob Waller's All-American Wrestling Club in Latrobe. The choice of champions. By the Collision Shop by Jason Mignon in Greensburg. Your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. By Comrades Barbershop in Greensburg and Irwin, the freshest cuts around. By Smale Kia in Greensburg, reputation, value, experience. And by Service Master Complete Restoration by Stiffy, your go-to call for emergency disaster restoration 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now we take you live, matside, for tonight's pre-match show on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans of all ages. Welcome to Greensburg Salem High School in Greensburg, Pennsylvania for the 71st Annual Westmoreland County Coaches Association live broadcast for the championships. This is their 71st year. Debatable on whether it's 72 or not, because we did have one off year because of COVID, but we are happy to bring you these live wrestling championships via the Westmoreland Sports Network here. I am Jeff Shaw. Beside me is George Carter and Mark Kasanowitz, helping out with the broadcast with Luke Smith on the camera and our president, founder, and production artiste, Dan Flickinger. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Sorry for the late start. Some of you thought we were going to be on a little bit earlier. We kind of hoped for that, but in wrestling you never know how things are going to go. We just sat here and watched a double overtime match for the consolation matches. Actually, it's still going on right now because they had some blood time. So you never know in wrestling how long these things are going to go, but nevertheless we are able to bring you these wrestling championship finals via the Westmoreland Sports Network. What do you think about that, George?
Yeah, you know, and this is a different format this year. You know, it's the first time. I mean, you know, you could basically say in the WCCA tournament history that we have the introduction of the girls competing, where there's going to be several girl finals going on this evening. So when you add all of that in, and they were kind of all intertwined when they were wrestling throughout the day. So that is going to kind of throw off some of the timing. So we do apologize for that. But, I definitely want to point out, it is a really, really good time and exciting time for women's wrestling in the high school levels, and I'm really excited that they get to kind of share the spotlight with some of these champions on the boys' side, and there's going to be crowned first-time girl WCCA tournament champions this year, so I'm excited, and looking at the team race, because there's a team race for both categories, so,
right.
Franklin Regional, as of right now, I believe, has it kind of locked up. They're currently sitting at 220 points. They have 3 in the finals, with Kiski in second with 192.5. They have 4 wrestlers still to come in the finals. Burrow in third place with 169.5. They have 3 finalists. Derry with 160. They're in fourth place. Derry has 160.5. They have 5 in the championship round. Norwin in fifth. And again, this Norwin is coming back to the event where they didn't wrestle in it last year. The year prior to that, I believe they finished 6th place in the event. So they're sitting in 5th right now with 158 points with 3 to compete in the finals. Latrobe is in 6th with 136.5. They have 3 in the finals. Penn Trafford is in 7th with 128 points. They have 2 in the final bout. And then Bell Vernon, 102.5. They have 3. Southmoreland at 9th with 72. They don't have any wrestlers competing in the championship. And Hempfield in 10th place with 55.5 points. So that's our top 5 on the boys' side. So let's take a look. And like I said, I'm confident that Franklin Regional has it locked up right now.
It's virtually impossible for Kiski to catch him.
I don't think anyone's going to catch him. So I think right now it could be a battle for that second place.
And bragging rights amongst the other teams, where they want to finish,
exactly.
as far as standings and the county tournament. And there could be some battles for that, which I'm looking forward to. But as you alluded to, George, we talked about the girls. They have 7 girl teams in this tournament. And I'm just going to rattle off those teams. We have Latrobe, Valley, Burrell, Derry, Greensburg Salem, Hempfield, and Kiski schools that have a girls team here in the Westmoreland County Wrestling Tournament. So we're very proud and happy to have the girls participating in this tournament, albeit, the inception of adding girls to this tournament. So there's always bugs and hiccups and things as far as working that out. But it allows for a lot of growth. And the more girls that see what their friends, their colleagues, their schoolmates, their, crosstown rivals are doing, it could help to develop even more schools with girls teams. But right now, the Latrobe girls are leading Valley with 66 points, and Valley has 43. Burrell in third with 22, and Derry with 12. Those are your top 4, George.
And the thing, too, looking at that, Latrobe is in the lead, like you said, with 66 points, but they don't have any athletes competing here in the finals. So Valley has 9, Burrell has 4, Derry has 2, and Greensburg Salem has 1. So you might see some shifts, there. But I'm just really excited to kind of get these finals underway. There's a lot of matchups that I'm really looking forward to. I'm overly excited for the girls to have them compete because we know that there's, all of these young ladies that are wrestling tonight are battling for their first county coaches title. And we said this earlier on the air, there's been state champs that have never won a county coaches tournament before. So to say that, hey, yes, I'm a county champ, that goes a long way, really, especially when you come from Westmoreland County.
Yep, a very, very exciting time, and I'm hopeful, like you said, that more and more girls see this, embrace it, and get involved. I think that they are talking about doing the Parade of Champions here.
It looks like it. I see them going to the opposite ends of the gym, so I don't know, or we're going to kind of turn it over to the PA announcer to kind of go through the Parade of Champions.
Until they do, we can keep providing you out there with some additional information. We do have 13 weight classes for the boys. 26 wrestlers will be in this final, 13 champions and runner-ups. For the girls, they only have 10 weight classes. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go along. the differences, or at least, we'll try to give you as much information as we can. And as we go along, also keep in mind, this is new for us too, being able to broadcast both. So it becomes a little bit more complex from a broadcasting standpoint, and the school and committee's choice to show both at the same time. So that kind of, not that we want to slight either, but we'll do our best to try to give you out there as much information as possible regarding all the wrestlers that are on the mat in front of you. Thank you, though, so much for tuning in with us. We'd like to extend a very warm, happy New Year to everyone now, and we will cut away here for a little bit to the PA address announcer, Mr. Boyd Schrum, who's going to introduce these wrestlers to you.
At 112 pounds from Valley, Zanaya Jones. And her opponent from Derry area, Karen Nuttall. At 118 pounds from Valley, Amelia Hutcherson. Her opponent from Greensburg Salem, Sadie Sarberg. At 124 pounds from Valley, Paula Sanchez. Her opponent from Laurel, Carmen Myers. At 130 pounds from Derry area, Macy McKeska. And her opponent also from Laurel, Bella Stewart. At 136 pounds from Borough, Katie Kohler. Her opponent from Valley, Ariana Lineberg. At 155 pounds from Valley, Lily Cranach. And her opponent also from Valley, Ayana Miller. At 190 pounds from Valley, Lakayla Smith. And her opponent also from Valley, Ariana Bernard. And now, your gentlemen, at 107 pounds, from Franklin Regional, Bo Fennick. His opponent from Derry area, Rocco DeCario. At 114 pounds from Penn Trafford, Dylan Barrett. His opponent from Norwin, Colton Klippa. At 121 pounds from Latrobe, Leo Joseph. His opponent from Penn Trafford, Bradford Luke DeSantis. At 127 pounds from Borough, Cam Baker. His opponent from Derry area, Anthony Lucci. At 133 pounds from Greater Latrobe, Luke Willowshell. His opponent from Franklin Regional, Chase Smith. At 139 pounds from Bell Vernon, Dayton Soto. His opponent from Borough, Julian Bertucci. At 145 pounds from Franklin Regional, Max Firestein. His opponent from Norman, Gage Mamie. At 152 pounds from Derry area, Mason Horwath. His opponent from Bell Vernon, Kyle Doppelrauer. At 160 pounds from Derry area, Ewan Olson. His opponent from Morgan, Jack White. At 172 pounds from Kiski area, Mario Hutcherson. And his opponent from Laurel, Isaac Lasinski. At 189 pounds from Kiski area, Mark Gray. His opponent from Derry area, Brady Brown. At 215 pounds from Kiski area, Cooper Roskowski. His opponent from Bell Vernon, Elijah Brown. And at 285 pounds from Kiski area, Ryder Eakes. And his opponent from Latrobe, Marco Skelton. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Parade of Champions.
Hey, George. There they are. How about that? Boys and girls. Girls, I got a special soft spot for because, I mean, I got chills. Just thinking about it, I got chills right now because I've got a niece in South Carolina. There's a junior that wrestles, and it's exciting for me personally to see these girls getting out there and doing it just like the boys do. So,
yeah, it's a very exciting time for girls wrestling in Pennsylvania, you know, and it's just taking off. And, you know, again, I told you before, you know, when they were calling their names, and it's just awesome to see it. You know, and looking at the matchups tonight, you know, there's 20 of the 26 wrestlers competing in the finals here at the County Coaches Association's tournament are ranked in the top 25 in Pennsylvania. Wow. So again, that just goes to show how tough this county and this area and this tournament is, you know. Again, and we have some of the best wrestlers that aren't even, you know, unable to even wrestle here, you know. Returning state champs, guys that are ranked first, second, third in the state.
No, I mean,
wrestling here tonight.
We allude to this every year for this tournament, how tough it is, how strong it is, and just how proud we are of Westmoreland County wrestlers. We're a powerhouse, one of the best in the country. So the more we go on tonight, we're going to, we've heard a lot of names called out in the Parade of Champions, some familiar names. We've also heard some new names that the next up-and-comers. So, as always, I'm looking forward to an action-packed finals with all these Westmoreland County young men and women.
And just for the viewers and listeners out there, for tonight's finals, we are going to be calling the championship mat on, the brown golden lion bout, which will be the boy competitors. We're going to announce and hopefully be able to kind of pan over with our camera to the girls matchups also to kind of give you an update on what's going on over there as well. But it's going to be an action-packed night of wrestling here at Greensburg Salem at the Lions Den.
100% out here right now at 107 for the boys. We have Fennick from Franklin Regional and DeCario from Derry. Both these young men, the 1 and the 2 seeds, both are freshmen, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, they are.
They are both freshmen. Competing over on the gold mat for the girls is Isabella Martinez from Valley. She's taking on Ella Campbell out of Burrell.
Over here in the young men's, they've got Fennick in on deep, was in quick on a shot. He had his 3, and he's also earned 3 near fall right away in this match. We do have graphics for the young men, which I was afraid we weren't going to be able to get, but thankfully we are.
And Fennick, and I said this earlier on in the matches, he was one of the athletes I did want to get eyes on.
Right.
And talking with Coach Leby, just, he said, hey, this was one of those, I don't want to say diamond in the rough, but just one of those athletes that people really didn't know what we had coming up.
Yeah.
And then he kind of burst on the scene, and Bo Fennick, the freshman, currently ranked 5th in the state at 107 pounds, 3rd in the WPIAL, already out to a lead.
And like you said, 5th in the state as a freshman with no accolades as a freshman. So you get that high of a ranking with not really competing postseason. People know about you. So DeCario tried to get to his feet right there, but you can see Fennick right away went back to a mat return.
Rocco DeCario, also a freshman out of Derry. He's ranked 21st in the state, and that's AA, as I explained earlier. Right. In the tournament, we do have AAA teams competing alongside AA teams here in this County Coaches Association tournament. Derry is a AA team. Fennick out of Franklin Regional is going to start in the bottom position to start the second period. He's already up 6-0.
Fennick taking a hold of that arm over the top, trying to gain some exit positioning, and he is going to get around to the front, but DeCario fighting hard here. He's going to have to stay over the top, but just could not do it. Fennick just went to his side and just basically did a mat return, bringing him down to the mat, extending his lead 9-0 over DeCario. He's really good at staying tight on the hips, tight against his opponent. He's working that one-on-one, trying to work a wing and a bar, and now he's going over to a bit of a cross-face bundle, modified by, he's got him in a bundle here. He's earning near points. At least he got 1 swipe. I don't know if he got any more than that, but he's right back around in a safe position. He goes to the other side, trying to lock up a cradle and rock DeCario over. He's got it locked up, and now he's earning near fall points here. 1:07 left in the second period. He's got it locked up tight, George. It could happen. DeCario fighting hard. And there is a whistle stopping the action. He earned 4 near fall, but there is blood. Actually, official Lloyd said DeCario, but I believe, it was Fennick.
Fennick, yeah, bloody leaky faucet there.
Over in the girls' match, we've got a
Isabella Martinez is up 8-0 over Ella Campbell in the second period. Martinez out of Valley taking on Campbell out of Burrell. Valley, I believe, was in second place now as a team in the girl race.
Right, over Latrobe, but I think Valley's going to way exceed them here at the end of the day. Lost a little bit of the...
The wrestlers go out of bounds,
Yep.
return to the center of the mat, 58 seconds to go. 12-0 still, or 8-1 actually in the second period at 127. I was watching the
Yeah, the 106. Yeah, the graphics are for the boys' match. We're back underway here with Fenwick on top of DeCario, up 12-0 in the second period with 50 seconds left. He's trying to run that wing or bar, if you will, with the trying to step over the head. He's got him compromised for near fall points again. There's official Tim Lloyd and Joe Haddad out there counting the swipes. If he gets the full complement here, it'll be a technical fall win for Fenwick. But I'm sure he wants to try to secure the fall if possible, but no, he comes out of criteria with 4 near fall, and that's going to make it a technical fall for Fenwick over DeCario. So Bo Fenwick of Franklin Regional, your first Westmoreland County champion here.
Wasn't quite sure why they stopped the action there, but
I wasn't sure either because he was still in criteria. We'll be right back, folks. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have Marky K with an interview. Stand by.
Talk me through that match.
All I was thinking through that match was just get points, try and get a pin or a tech fall, because Leby really wants our team to win. He told us going into this tournament that this is a really good tournament for our team to win. So I just want to get extra points as much as I can.
You guys have the team race locked up. How's that feel?
It feels great, we've earned it. We practiced really hard in the wrestling room. I don't think any other team practiced like us. We go through the workouts, really train hard.
Awesome, congratulations. Go get that blood cleaned up.
Thanks.
Yep, congratulations to Bo Fenwick of Franklin Regional, your 107-pound champion in these finals. And just to give you an update, over on the girls' match, Isabella Martinez up 9-3 on Ella Campbell in their 106-pound weight class. They are in the third period with 1:10 left to go. Isabella.
Making movies over there. Yeah.
Ella in control on top right now over Martinez.
I've been sitting chilling in my car since 2 p.m. I know, I got here at 2 too. That's what happens when you listen to Duck. I ain't as cool as you guys with all that silent stuff either. Sorry. I didn't see that.
Ella Campbell still trying to get something we call, there's a stalemate called by official Rocky Anderson, side official
I'm not as cool as you guys with that.
over there. Oh, no, she's going to, actually Ella Campbell's going to decide to cut her loose, give her 1 point escape. Both of them are going to be on their feet. Third period with 40 seconds left to go. It is 10-3, Isabella Martinez over Ella Campbell. Martinez of Valley, Campbell of Burrell. George, what did you see here with what's going on? Martinez sitting on a large lead, but Campbell's battling right now.
She's sitting on a large lead, and Campbell's just going to have to go for broke here. She was kind of stuck in like a headlock position and wasting a lot of time there earlier on before she kind of let Martinez up and gave her that point. But she's got to go for broke here, being down 10-3. And again, like I said, one of these young ladies, and it looks to be Isabella Martinez, is going to pick up her very first Westmoreland County Coaches Association championship title here.
Congratulations to Isabella Martinez, the first WCCA champion. Ella Campbell, congrats to you too.
Our first ever high school girls Westmoreland County champion, Gabby Roman from Latrobe. The runner-up, Zariah Rucker-Felton from Valley.
Kind of just stop talking here to let you listen to the PA announcer praising Isabella Martinez for being the first Westmoreland County champion.
That was actually a weight before. There was no match.
Oh,
but
so we
Gabby,
had the wrong names out?
No. Gabby Rome. That was at 100 pounds.
Okay.
Gabby Roman out of Latrobe is technically our very first official WCCA crown champion at 100 pounds, and I'm trying to see down there. Well, so there were only two competitors in the weight. So Zaria Rucker Felton out of Valley was the runner-up.
Thanks for clearing that up, George. With that said, we're going to move on to the 114-pound weight class for the gentlemen, where we're going to have Dylan Barrett out of Penn Trafford and Colton Klippa out of Norwin competing at a 114-pound weight class. And for the girls, they will be at 112. George, you have them?
112. We're going to have Zanaya Jones out of Valley taking on Taryn Nuttall out of Derry. Taryn Nuttall is a familiar name because she competed last year on the boys team.
Yeah.
And she got some mat time in some of their duels that we actually called over there in Derry.
Yeah, all these schools I can't give enough credit to that are embracing having girls wrestling and, putting a staff together, putting an extra wrestling time, accounting for them to get into the room and teach them everything they're teaching the boys and growing this great sport of women's wrestling. I know everybody's anxious to get these matches underway, but I have to be grateful that we're taking a little bit of time in between so we can talk about these young men and women that have worked so hard, equally hard, to get to where they are right now today on the mat in front of us. So they're crowning or giving the places for the women in the last weight class. But official Joe Haddad's going to get us underway here at 114 with Barrett and Klippa. Barrett of PT, Klippa of Norwin. We are underway in the first period here. And Dylan Barrett in quick, so quick that I didn't see how that takedown happened, George.
Yeah,
I put my head down, I look up, and there it is. He's in on a takedown.
I was looking at my notes as well, and I saw he was in on the takedown. Dylan Barrett, the junior, was third last year here at this tournament at 107 pounds, currently ranked 8th in the state and 4th in the WPIL. And Klippa, just, a freshman, tough freshman out of Norwin, currently ranked 19th in the state and 7th in the WPIL. These two wrestled earlier this week in the Norwin-Penn Trafford duel.
Here's the replay, George. Dylan Barrett just come off the line with a quick blast double and put Klippa on his keister. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, they wrestled earlier in a duel, and it was a lopsided victory for Barrett. And I'm sure that, the Norwin coaching staff, they kind of went to work and kind of watched the film and worked on some things here for Klippa to try to allow him to close the gap. Yeah.
So they are back on their feet, so it is a 3-1 score for Barrett over Klippa with 50 seconds left in the first period. Klippa, one of those young, up-and-coming talents from Norwin, the freshman, against Barrett, the junior from Penn Trafford. Feels like we've been calling Barrett's matches for years because we have. I believe he was up as a freshman. He's out front now trying to do a circle go behind. He's got that front head position, trying to lock it up, determine which way he wants to go, right or left, but Klippa fights hard to get back up to his feet and square back up to Barrett. Barrett fakes a shot in, go back into their collars, their over-unders, trying to fill each other out. And I got to give credit, Klippa is trying to slow Barrett down. So, like you said, George, maybe they did get in the room a little bit and, figure out a game plan to slow him down and close the gap. That's the end of the first period with the score 3-1. And next door, folks, we were watching the girls, and I believe there was an illegal slam that took place that put Nuttall in a disadvantage. You can see they're talking about it right now. I don't know what that score is. Do you have it? 3-1?
I do, yeah. It's 3-2 in favor of Taryn Nuttall
5-2.
over. Well, now 5-2.
Yeah. But we're back under action here on mat 1 with the gentlemen, Barrett and Klippa. Klippa started in the down position. Barrett on top with a tough ride right now. It's kind of got Klippa sprawled out with one leg behind, one in front, which is going to make it kind of easy to put into a cradle, but he's battled back around to get his base back under him. I like how he's staying on his knees. He just needs to keep knee sliding up or attempting, but Barrett's on that 2-on-1 trying to roll that under and work probably a tilt series that he works. Barrett's like a leech. He's just staying right in good position, staying with that forward pressure, even though Klippa is trying to get out front now, and looks like he's going to get away, or Barrett's going to allow him to go away. The 1 point was awarded. It is 3-2, but Barrett quickly comes back with another takedown, making it 6-2 with a minute left in the second period.
And I think, the game plan for Penn Trafford and Barrett were just, to come over and come out tonight and just overwhelm Klippa. And it was sort of similar in the dual meet. They kind of started out, and Dylan was kind of just in a filling out period in the first period. But it seems like tonight it's just, hey, go. We've already beat him earlier. You already know you could beat him, so just go out there and take it to him and rack up some points.
Klippa earns another escape, making the score 6-3 as official Haddad blows the whistle, taking them out of bounds. They're back on the line in neutral position. 6-3 is the score. 30 seconds left in the second period. You see Barrett continues to push the action. He keeps his butt in the center of the mat, keep coming at Klippa, trying to set up his shots with the nice head tap, head fake, go down to the legs. He mixes it up very well. He's very comfortable on his feet. Klippa does his own head tap of it, trying to get a go behind, but Barrett comes in hard with a whizzer, and he steps over the back, but no three awarded just yet, even though
it doesn't look like he has that leg in on that opposite side.
He really doesn't.
He has it hooked back there, but just doesn't have the boot actually in. But there's the takedown.
Coach McKillop wanted it prematurely, because he's always fighting for his guys. You always know Penn Trafford's going to show up with Coach McKillop. Here we're seeing a replay of the takedown. Now they're over here discussing it. Official Tim Lloyd and Joe Haddad agree that it is 3-point takedown, extending Barrett's lead over Klippa. As you all just saw the replay, that's going to make it the match 9-3 in favor of Barrett. Looks like we've got blood here on mat 1. They're going to try to clean up. Over on the girls' match, we have Nuttall from Derry up 8-2 over Jones of Valley. Going to get to see a little female action here. Looks like Jones is going after the takedown. And George, correct me, is it Noodle or Nuttall? Nuttall, okay.
Yeah. And Jones,
ill-advised.
Well, she had to go
for it, right? So that's going to extend, not extend her lead. She's going to chip in. No, it does extend her lead. Actually, she's going to get the fall, and she does. Nuttall from Derry earns the fall against Jones, but we're back under action here on mat 1. Again, we're doing our best, folks, to bring you all the action we possibly can under one broadcast. Here's the fall by Nuttall from Derry over Jones of Valley. Congratulations to that young lady. Look how excited she is. Back to live action on mat 1 in the center with Barrett and Klippa of Norwin. That score is 10-3, Barrett over Klippa.
Yeah, 10-3 currently in the third with a minute and 30 to go. And looking back into the duel, Barrett was victorious 13-4 over Klippa. So similar it's playing out similar.
No, everybody wanted 3, but Klippa's in that nice split position trying to avoid the takedown. He's doing a nice job. But he kind of flipped into that, George, which, was detrimental for him, increasing Barrett's score 13-3.
Klippa tried to create a scramble situation. Barrett just being that veteran, that junior, felt it, so kind of just let up and caught him.
Right.
And, and it was the same thing in the duel on the call. You could just tell that extra year or two of maturity for Barrett. Hey, he's been here before. He's been in these big matches. And not to take anything away from Klippa. He's a tough competitor. He's going to have a great rest of the season. But I think, right now he's just being kind of out-wrestled here in this bout.
I mean, rest of the season and rest of his career. This is a great young man that's bringing a lot of talent to the mat that Norwin's going to reap the benefit of with years to come. Again, 13-3, 30 seconds left in the third period. Barrett, feeling confident right now, trying to finish this off. Looking up at the official, making sure he's not doing anything wrong, just wants to continue his pace. 16-3 with that takedown. So he just needs a few more near fall points to earn a technical fall in this match. Oh, look at the face. We got a great shot from the Westmoreland Sports camera there of Klippa's face. He's fighting it as hard as he can because he doesn't want to give this up. But the time will expire, and Dylan Barrett out of Penn Trafford is going to be your 114-pound champion over Colton Klippa of Norwin. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Marky K interviewing our champion. Stick with us.
114-pound champ Dylan Barrett out of Penn Trafford. How's it feel?
Feels awesome. A little tired, but feels awesome.
Coach McKill's going nuts in your corner the whole time. You're going for that tech late, scoring a lot of bonus points. Is that something he stresses in the room?
Always keep scoring points no matter what they always score points no matter what. That's basically our philosophy in the room, and I think I displayed it out there.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, congratulations again to Dylan Barrett of Penn Trafford. We're about to go to the girls and boys match in the next one. And George, tell us who's wrestling for the girls at 118.
On the mat now at 118 pounds, you have Amelia Hutcherson out of Valley taking on Sadie Sarver from Greensburg Salem. A positive note for that Greensburg Salem Golden Lions program to have a finalist. I believe two of their boy competitors placed in the top 5. I think their heavyweight maybe took 4th, and then one of their lower weights,
114-pounder,
114, I think
Poland,
took 6th, maybe.
Yes.
So again, hey, a good positive ending for that program. As they're still trying to find their way and kind of in that rebuilding, restructuring thing of a program. So this is really great for their program here to have Sadie Sarver here in the finals.
Right. And who we're going to have for the gentlemen in the center mat will be Leo Joseph of Latrobe, the senior, taking on Luke DeSantis of Penn Trafford, the sophomore. Joseph, the Latrobe, DeSantis out of Penn Trafford at 121 pounds for the WCCA title. George, you have some stats or anything on them?
Yeah, Leo Joseph, the senior out of Latrobe, a Navy commit. His older brother wrestles at Seton Hill University. Go Griffins. Joseph last year, had to throw that plug in there.
Hey,
Joseph last year was a runner-up down at 114 pounds.
So up a weight class, and he's going to vie for WCCA gold. So in between these matches, folks, here in the gymnasium, they are showing the podium for both boys and girls, but I'd like to refer to men and women because they are both young men and young women. Seeing some shots of the crowd here and the podium behind as they announce the top 6 place winners for both. Well, they do for men, but they didn't have that many wrestlers for the girls. But we're going to be underway here with DeSantis of Penn Trafford and Joseph from Latrobe. What do we get here? A little bit hands to the face, maybe a contact moving.
Yeah,
it popped out.
Looks like a contact there on Joseph.
Officials on mat 1 in front of us. Side official, Alan Stahl. And head official, Ralph Applequist. Joseph with that quick takedown. He's got everything locked in here, George, with a deep half.
Yeah.
Only 2 near fall, though.
Yeah, he was able to sneak that arm in through and belly down, but that looked like it was tight and it was going to end quickly for DeSantis.
Yeah, the 3 takedown, 2 near fall puts him ahead right away with a minute 20 left in this first period.
Luke DeSantis, just a sophomore out of Penn Trafford, was a runner-up last year at this weight, was DeSantis.
And here he is in the finals again. Joseph on top, just relentless with that grip that he has on the tricep, trying to push that under to work his near fall combination. Trying to come in and crunch that cradle and lock it up, putting DeSantis in a world of trouble right now as he does have it locked up tight around the neck and leg. DeSantis kicking for all he's worth to try to get out of this pin, and it is going to break the lock. Not before Joseph earns 4 more near fall, extending his lead 9-0 in the first period with just 20 seconds left. But he's got the cradle rocked up again. He's on the edge of the mat. Applequist down, looking for the near fall, the touch of both shoulder blades, and there it is. He gets himself a fall in the county finals for Leo Joseph of Latrobe.
And the thing is you know, I wasn't surprised by that at all. You know, that's Joseph's 3rd pin of this tournament. Had a bye in the first round, pin in a quarter, pin in the semis, and a pin tonight in the finals.
Right, and with that, we're going to take a break real quick before we come back and meet with our champion.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
121-pound champ Leo Joseph out of Latrobe. You pin your way through the bracket. I know bonus points is a big thing at Latrobe. Talk to me about it.
Well, really, that match, I've wrestled that kid twice already. But I feel like the last time I wrestled him, it was a little closer than it should have been. And I wanted to make sure that he didn't think he was catching up to me that match. So that's why I went for the pin.
Awesome, congratulations. What do you guys have moving forward next season?
Well, I'm going to the Naval Academy next year. Yeah, I don't know, as far as the team goes, we should be pretty tough next year. We're losing me and Luke, but we got some guys coming up from junior high.
Awesome, congratulations on the title and the Naval Academy.
Thank you.
Good job.
Congratulations to Leo Joseph. And while that interview was going on, over on the girls' match, we had Sadie Sarver of Greensburg Salem pinning Amelia Hutchison in her final match. So congratulations to Sadie Sarver of Greensburg Salem for her pinfall win in the finals.
And there's a shot of...
Yeah, look at those smiles ear to ear. Congratulations to Sadie of Greensburg Salem, our host school for the WCCA 71st Championships. And if you look around the gym, you see a lot of people smiling. Everybody's happy for these girls. They're proud of where they've come from and what they're doing right now. So you can't help but have a big grin on your face when you see these girls competing on the wrestling mats.
Yeah, you definitely got to love it. And even, like I said earlier, for this program here of Greensburg Salem,
believe they're going to go to podium. They will go to podium in between every match here for the previous weights champions, both men and women. We could probably take a look, George, to the team races. Not that it's changed much for the men, but as we mentioned, for the girls, Latrobe does not have any girls in the championship, so their points were earned pre-finals. They are sitting with 87 points, where the Valley girls are climbing the ladder right now. They're sitting with 83 points in second place, with Burl at 46. So whether or not Burl can make much happen, has remained to be seen, but it looks to me like unless Valley completely falters down the stretch, they're going to overtake Latrobe for the team title. And, earlier on when we were looking and watching the semifinals and the girls wrestle earlier, man, the team that Valley has assembled of girls, it looks like they have every weight loaded.
Yeah, full lineup.
Can actually look at their roster here. 1, 2, 3. They have 12 girls on their team if you pull up their roster. So really proud of what they're doing out at Valley High School with the girls program. So much to look toward and for in the future for Valley Wrestling.
And just want to add really quick, we didn't get a chance to catch this, but in the girls' side, at 235, Miranda Cantoris out of Latrobe was crowned the champion, and Josephine Kubis was the runner-up out of Latrobe. They called that earlier.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to get to that.
Good. Here at 127, we have Cam Baker of Burrell facing off against Anthony Mucci of Derry, the senior versus Baker, the junior, in these finals on mat 1 in front of us.
Yeah, Baker out of Burrell is the returning champ down at 107. And get this, Mucci's the returning champ from 114 last year. So you have essentially return champ against champ.
Yeah, definitely a matchup that I was looking forward to prior to these finals, because one of these guys is going to lose out on being a 2-time county champ, but for one of them, they are going to be. So let's see what they have going on here right now. Just kind of a feeling out period. Mucci in with a bit of a fake shot just to draw Baker off of his balance. Both of them exchanging collar ties right now.
Baker ranked 12th in the state, and Baker's from Burrell's Double A, so 12th in the state in Double A, and 5th in the WPIL is Cameron Baker out of Burrell. And Mucci's 11th in the state, 4th WPIL, but in Triple A.
Both Double A.
Oh, yeah, that is right. Yeah, both Double A. That's right. So, we could see this match multiple
times, right? And they've probably wrestled several times before now as well. So I've got to believe they're very familiar with each other. Action's a little bit slow while they're filling themselves out. George, who do we have over on the other mat for the girls?
Over on the girls' bout in the finals at 124 pounds, we have Paula Sanchez out of Valley taking on Carmen Byers out of Burrell. I believe Byers was able to strike first in that bout. And she was, because the score is now 3-0 in the first period with 45 seconds to go.
Back over to these boys. As I mentioned, I got to believe these two are very familiar with themselves, because neither are really able to execute anything through this first period. Although Baker is in on a little bit of a shot here with Mucci trying to counter it. Nothing actually going on here just yet. The clock is going to expire on the two of them with no points awarded. Head official Alan Stahl flips the disc, goes to Mucci, and he is going to make his selection and choose the down position. But here we have the girls.
Paula Sanchez, I believe, picked up a reversal.
That score is tied 3-3 right now.
So it was a penalty point for a full Nelson.
Okay.
That's what it was.
So she had a reversal and then a penalty point. Oh, look at this. Mucci gets a quick reversal here and puts Baker on his back for 3 near falls. So he's going to get 2 reversal and 3 near fall just like that. As we're over showing you the girls, this action explodes right in front of us. So again, we're going to apologize. We're trying to bring you as much as we possibly can. It would be wonderful if we could showcase both of them separately, but we're going to bring you as much action as possible as this evening goes on. While Mucci continues to be relentless on top here, leading 5-0 with 1:12 left in the second period. Again, he chose bottom, did a quick reversal, and come around and got 3 near fall right away. Baker just struggling right now on bottom because of Mucci's relentless down pressure. You see he kind of stays up a little bit on his toes, digging that shoulder into the back, not allowing Baker to really get up to his base and knee slide at all. But that also leads to a little bit of stalling, if you will, George, if he's not careful.
Yeah, he's going to have to look to get off of those hips.
And that's exactly what official Stahl's down there saying, hey, we got to move. And I don't know if he's talking to Baker or Moochie at this stage because, well, Moochie's trying to work in that wing or that bar, if you will, but he's just kind of staying busy, in my opinion. But sometimes that's all you got to do, George.
He is staying busy, but he's still not coming off of those hips as Moochie. I actually had a chance to talk to Moochie's father before the match.
Here we're going to swing over to the girls' action. George, go ahead. As it's 5-3, Byers over Sanchez.
5-3. Looks like Byers is looking for the fall here, though. A lot of time, and that's how it's going to end.
Byers jumps to her feet, elated as she gets the fall against Sanchez of Valley. Meanwhile, over in the boys' match, the second period did end, and now Baker gets his choice, and he's going to choose the neutral position. He's got to go big, George. He's got to get some takedowns, hopefully take down a cut and another takedown just to get himself back in this match.
Yeah, no, he definitely has to get on his offense. As soon as I say that, he almost got one.
Very good, and that's going to probably – it should earn – no.
It's in.
Moochie's in on that. Whizzer still holding that arm behind, but – I got to believe, he should have awarded that a little bit ago, don't you think?
Well, I think he was looked like giving Moochie an opportunity to get the leg out, which it should have been awarded quickly.
Exactly. So that's going to cut into Moochie's lead, 5-3, but just real quick, Baker lets him go, giving him an escape, trying to get back to his feet. If he gets another takedown here, he's going to tie the score up.
I was getting ready to say, with the change in points for takedowns,
right,
it ties it if he gets one.
I like what Baker's doing. He's pushing the issue here, and he's literally pushing on Moochie. And if Moochie doesn't turn up the offense, he's going to find himself on the opposite end of where he started. But right as I say that, Moochie comes right back and says, not ready for that yet. I've still got some gas in the tank, and I know that he does because I know how Troy Dolan and his staff over there works those dairy boys.
Yes, still a lot of time left here in this bout for Baker to get going.
Third period, 37 seconds left to go. Baker has got to make a move right now, but you see Moochie staying in good position, keeping Baker on the edge, both of them on the edge, so he really, if he does get in trouble, he has some room to bail out, but Baker trying to do that throw by, slide by, whatever, and then he goes back to the front head trying to do a barrel roll, but he's not in the right territory to do that. 6-3 with 31 seconds left here in the third period. Side official Apicris checking the clock, I believe, is what he was doing. 25 seconds left in the clock. They had to make an adjustment because the clock didn't shut off as they went out of bounds, I believe. Or it wasn't started in time. But nevertheless, there's 17 seconds left for Baker to make a move on Moochie. Moochie just keeping his bucket to the outer part of the ring just to keep himself from being out of trouble. That's a veteran move.
No stall warnings either.
None. Moochie does a nice job keeping Baker at bay, and there's going to be your champion out of Derry, Anthony Moochie. Hey, we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back with our champion. Stick with us.
At Marino's American Eatery, we have one focus: you. Just like home, our dining room brings the whole family to the table with a truly unique menu prepared fresh, in-house. At Marino's, we know beer. With 16 beers constantly rotating on our taps, we take pride in supporting only local, independently owned craft breweries. Come experience Marino's American Eatery in Greensburg, Westmoreland County's local craft beer destination.
Quest School of Wrestling has been producing champions on the mat and in life since 2001. Come meet Coach Jim Akerley and see why Quest becomes family for your wrestler. They've produced many successful championship wrestlers by teaching student athletes about dedication, discipline, and competition, which ultimately makes them better people. Call 412-352-3727 or QuestSchoolOfWrestling.com. Quest School of Wrestling, with facilities open all year round in Washington, PA.
Anthony Moochie, champ, 127 pounds. I got to start. You tie your dad for 2 county titles. How's that feel?
Pretty good. I mean, he's been talking to me about it all week.
trying to show me up, how to prove him wrong.
He can't hold that against you now, can he?
No, he cannot.
Well, hey, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Congratulations again to Anthony Mucci, the 2 seed over the number 1 seed from Burrell. Right now we are going to go to, we're going to announce, hey George, tell us who's over on the girls' mat at 1:30, please.
Out there for the Derry Trojans is Maisie McKeska taking on Bella Stewart for Burrell.
And you know, we had Daisy McKeska on our kickoff
on
show.
The kickoff show
Coach's daughter.
With her father, BJ McKeska, wrestled with BJ at Bloomsburg. So very familiar with the McKeska family.
Again, there I go. I'm getting those chills just thinking about, these girls out here kicking it with the boys, just as tough as they are. So, but over here on mat, what do we got a shot here of?
That's Bella Stewart out of Burrell. I think Bella was on the kickoff show too. Bella Stewart was on the kickoff show for Burrell, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so both these girls, representing their schools very well on the kickoff show, and now here in the Westmoreland County Coaches Association finals against one another. At 133 for these young men, we have Luke Willishell out of Latrobe, the number 1 seed, and senior Wyoming commit against Chase Smith, a sophomore out of Franklin Regional. Head official Rocky Anderson, side official is. Come on. No. Mike Nemchek. Back to officiating, and we're happy to see him here.
I figured you knew that, Jeff.
And producer extraordinaire Flick come up with the Mike Nemchek because he knows, late Trobe guy. We're happy to have Mike back in officiating. Luke Willishell in quick on a Merkel. Comes over top, gets his 3-point takedown on top, in total control of the situation right now against Chase Smith from Franklin Regional, and he's going to get potentially dangerous whistle blown against Smith. Smith, the sophomore, and Willishell, as we said, from Latrobe, committed to where his brother goes to school, Wyoming.
Yeah, Willishell, very tough senior, ranked second in the state, first in the WPIAL, going for his fourth county title.
And he's got a cradle locked up right now, right in the center of the mat, and it is tight, George. Smith in a world of trouble right now. He's going to have to work hard to break those hands because Willishell's senior grip is just tight, and I believe he hasn't broke the hold either, has he? Willishell's digging that knee into the side. Smith's doing everything he can. He's got himself bridged up off the mat. Willishell working to relock those hands, but he's okay. He's not panicking in this situation. This is a seasoned veteran that knows exactly what he's doing and what he wants to do here in the county finals. That's going to put him up in the match 7-0 against Smith from Latrobe.
And Smith, no slouch at all. He was a runner-up here last year, lost to his teammate Kapusta in the finals.
Actually, I said 7-0 prematurely. There it's going to happen because he still had that arm bar locked up. But now it is officially 7-0 for Willishell over Smith. And thank you, George, for that.
And over in the finals at 130 pounds, I just want to highlight Bella Stewart picked up the first period fall over Maisie McKeska. And I also want to add that it was sort of a daughter-father matchup over there.
Both sides.
Because Maisie McKeska's dad was in her corner, and then Bella Stewart's father was in her corner.
That's awesome.
Again, that's just awesome across the board.
Love it. Whistle blows, ending the first period here on mat 1. Here you see this first period, first takedown for Luke Willishell. Real quick, he's in on that. And here he goes, rocking back in the replay with the cradle that he had, but we're not going to see all that. Here we got Chase Smith is going to be in the down position to start period 2 with Willishell on top. Willishell comes to the side with a tight waist, trying to go over the top to crunch that cradle up again. Working hard to lock it up. He just loves that cradle and relentless with us. But that's how the Willishells were. All of them. They're just relentless with their cradles. I can imagine the battles in that house.
Exactly.
I mean, their father had to be doing total repair on drywall all the time.
And Luke's the baby of the family, right? Too. So, but just looking at the bracket, I mean, Luke had a bye in the first period, picked up a fall in 1 minute and 2 seconds in the quarterfinals, another fall in the semifinals in a minute, or a fall going in to the that was right.
Into
minute
the
and 1
semis
second.
and then
A minute
going
and 1
into
second.
the finals even.
So like his teammate, if he picks up a fall here, pins all the way through.
Luke working that wing or arm bar on the back, staying real tight and in good position on the other side, trying to just punch that arm in to increase his leverage to try to turn him probably with a half here, which he is. He's working that. Oh, no, he's got a hold of the wrist, doesn't he, coming over the top?
Well, it looks like Smith grabbing the fingers and peeling it off.
Trying to avoid it, yeah. There's those glasses I need. I can't see real well.
I'm telling you, man. Here, look through this water bottle. See if that
that might help. Oh, that's not too bad. Thanks. But just the way you see Willishell wrestling, he feels very comfortable. He's a senior that's feels good on his own shoes out there on the mat, very confident in what he's doing. Even though the score is only 7-0 here in the second period with 30 seconds left, you see no panic in him at all in how he goes about doing his business. Again, this is the 33-pound championship finals here at the 71st Westmoreland County Coaches Association Championships. 30 seconds left in the second period. Smith gets himself reset. Luke coming over. Is he working something? What has he got locked up, George?
Well, Smith had a single, and I get Willishell just trying to put him in danger there.
He was in a little bit of danger, no swipes, but Smith doing a good job to try to battle and stay off of his back. Willishell, look at this. Yeah, going to blow that as potentially dangerous. He had those legs wrapped up tighter than a pretzel. One working against the other. End of the period. Sorry, yeah, it was the end of the period. And we're going to go neutral on the selection here. Both gentlemen on their feet. Smith trying to keep it close. Willishell trying to continue his offensive attack. Smith's in on a low leg single inside, but Willishell just does a basic step aside and goes behind for a 3-point takedown, extending his lead to 10-0. And here he's saying, you know what, let's just get back to our feet. I'm going to give you the 1-point escape. It's 10-1 now. Third period, 1:35 left to go. Willishell with a bit of an attempt at a snap down. Then he counters and goes over with an attempt at a single leg. But here Smith's not relenting. He's coming in trying to do his head inside, but now slips to the outside single. Willishell just kind of spreads himself out, goes to the single leg of his own, and just as pretzeling everything up he possibly can on Smith, and he's going to earn another takedown, extending his lead 13-1 with a minute left here in the third period.
This should be it here. That cradle's tight.
It really is. And there it is, George. You called it. Cradle for the fall. Again, pins his way through the tournament. Don't hang your head, Mr. Smith. You got better days ahead of you. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back to interview Luke Willishell in just moments.
You have pain? We have the answers. You want to feel better? We provide the relief you need. The Rehab Center Chiropractors Caring for Health. Our state-of-the-art facility and our experience in caring doctors provide expert analysis and a customized treatment plan for each individual. The Rehab Center, Chiropractors Caring for Health, with locations in North Apollo, Katanning, Lower Burrell, and Clarion. For more information, visit our website at therehabcenters.com.
133-pound champ Luke Willishell out of Latrobe. 4th county title, and you do it by securing your 100th pin of your career. And I know that's been a goal of yours since you were a freshman. Take the spotlight.
This one means a lot because we had a coach at the beginning of the season who passed, and right before he passed, we talked about some accomplishments that I'd achieved this season, and 2 of them are right there, and that just means a lot to me. To do it for him and to do it for my parents and a lot of other people, but I'm glad I did it for Tyler because we all miss him.
Well, I can say not just from me, but from the Westmoreland family. It's been an honor watching you, not only in this tournament, but through your career and what you have left the rest of this season and at Wyoming next year. So congratulations, and we'll always be fans.
Thank you.
Great job. Congrats.
That's Luke Willishell paying homage to Tyler Mears, who tragically passed away a little earlier this season, and our continued prayers go out to the Mears family. So congratulations once again to Luke Willishell, and best wishes moving forward to complete your season as you have planned it to be. George, we're going to move on to the next round of girls at 136 pounds. Who do we have coming up next?
For Burl, we have Katie Kohler taking on Ariana Lineberg for another Valley competitor at 136.
There's going to be two 136-pound matches, but we're going to have to get back to that as we're at 139 for the young men, and we have Soto from Bell Vernon and Bertucci from Burl going at it. And we watched Soto from Bell Vernon, the former Connecticut transfer, or moved into the Bell Vernon area, who got the job done getting his way to the finals from Bell Vernon, and Bertucci from Burl going at it. You see Soto's movement on the mat, just great side-to-side action. Bertucci doing a nice job trying to slow him down, tying up his arms and lowering his level.
You know, we got the chance to call Dayton Soto's semifinal bout, and, you know, just the way that he wrestles, constantly going forward, always looking to score in every position. You know, again, a Connecticut state champ finding his way in Bell Vernon, a senior now, you know, currently 13th in the state and 5th in the WPIAL. And this is going to be a great match. You know, Bertucci from Burl, you know, currently ranked 11th in the state at AA and 5th in the WPIAL. He placed 3rd here last year. So
as a sophomore, he's a junior this year, yeah. Currently in a nice front head position, trying to impose his will on Soto, but they are on the edge of the mat, and he's trying to pull him back in. Referee Mike Nemchek blows the whistle dead as he could see the action. I mean, Bertucci was trying to pull him back in, and Soto kept going out.
Looks like we have blood here.
Yeah. Let's go over to the girls, and George, you know what I think? Yeah, we do have two Burl girls here?
No. It's Kate Kohler from Burl and Ariana Lineberg from Valley.
It's this list of names that I got that was.
Yeah, this printout might be incorrect, but
yeah.
Lineberg out of Valley up 3-2 here in the first period with short time to go as they go out of bounds. Again, you know, you really got to just love to see this, you know, the growth of the sport for the girls wrestling here in Pennsylvania. You know, they had their very first PIAA state tournament last year for the girls wrestling, and it's just continuing to grow. You know, and when you think about it, in years past there were girls wrestlers, but they had to compete against the boys.
Correct. And I got to believe those two girls see each other being so close in proximity, so they could be workout partners from time to time. We're back to action here in the center of the mat with Soto and Bertucci from Burl, Soto from Bell Vernon going at it, still trying to figure each other out here with just 10 seconds left in the first period. Bertucci with a slight advantage, but Soto trying to lower down and get inside to try to secure a takedown, but they're going to be happy with just letting the clock run out at this point. Go to the flip of the disc. Choice did go to Bertucci of Burl, and he's going to select the down position to start the second period. Over on the other mat, we do have Lineberg up 3-2 over Kohler. Bertucci tries to do a front grabby to come out of his position to get to his feet, and it does work for him. Soto has a difficulty holding on, so Bertucci's going to secure the first point of the match, going up 1-0 here in the second period. And over on mat one, we had a fall from
Ariana Lineberg out of Valley.
There it is. She's going to get her hand raised as champion.
You heard the crowd erupt over there.
Yeah, that's that Valley contingent.
It's great to see.
Yep, in the center of the mat, Bertucci's in a precarious position trying to lock everything up and waiting for official Nemchek to kind of call a stalemate, but Soto working hard here, trying to, I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do.
Well, Bertucci's doing a great job of keeping that arm pinched.
Yep, and it will go to a stalemate position. And that's good work on both their parts, just not get into a compromising position. Here you go, you see a replay of that escape by Bertucci as he does a front Granby roll to come out of it, comes to his feet, and then just creates a separation to get away from Soto. But we're back to live action here. They are on their feet, still 1-0. Soto in with a shot, but he shoots him right off the mat. 44 seconds left.
Bertucci's going to have to be careful here. You know, Soto's doing a lot of the action on his feet, taking a lot of the risks, taking a lot of the shots. Bertucci's going to have to be a little careful here because here's another shot.
Well, Soto knows how to keep the action going, as we saw in his semifinal match that we called, and even throughout this tournament and what he's done so far this season here in Pennsylvania. He's relentless, and I like this young man. He's got his headgear wrapped kind of down around his chin and neck right now, but he's still continuing to wrestle, holding that 1 foot in, trying to drag Bertucci back in, as you see his coach giving him encouragement. Drag him back in, drag him back in. He's trying to get that takedown, and he's close to it. He needs a big mat return right now if he wants to earn that point.
Bertucci's got to be careful. Where is he going?
He's fleeing the mat is what he's doing, George.
Where's he going? Where is he going should be the question.
Oh, boy, yeah.
That should be the question.
And Coach Bove is arguing with Mike Nemchek about it, but the period did run out of time. But I think what Coach Bove was saying is, hey, he's fleeing the mat. You got to call this. So Soto is going to get his choice in the third period, down 1-0. He needs to earn a point, so he's going to choose the down position. There we're getting a good shot at Bob Bove from Bell Vernon right now. He's calmed himself back down, back in his seat, hoping that his young man can
I think he's holding it in.
He is holding it in.
Look
if you
at
know
him.
Coach Bove, right?
And rightfully so, you know, because Bertucci was making 0 attempts to circle back into the mat. He was literally leaning, diving, trying to get out of bounds.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Soto trying to do a little bit of a bump back and turn in, but he could get himself in trouble here if he doesn't swivel his hips, George. He is coming up over the top a little bit, holding onto that leg, trying to swivel the hips out, but Bertucci is just hanging onto that leg to avoid that from happening. But he's going to put himself
swimming looking
out
for the head. There is Soto, and then he'll get this, you know, potentially a reversal.
Those long arms of Bertucci's just staying tight around that waist, preventing Soto from going. But he needs the high leg, that left leg around if he can, and just drive in. At this point, unlock that leg,
throw that out,
and just bump back in. Oh, what are we doing? We don't want to call a stalemate there, do we?
I
he was
don't.
in a position of actually scoring. Here it is.
We don't want to call a stalemate there.
Wow, I would have called the stalemate long before that action started to happen.
I mean, because right here he's starting to come out. He's throwing that leg out.
It's okay. We're going to get a fresh start. Soto down, knowing that he needs to get an escape with 1 minute left in this match of the third period. Soto trying to build up his base, coming to his feet. He's on his feet. Bertucci does a nice job bringing him back down. Those long levers of Bertucci's just really creating a havoc situation for Soto right now.
And, you know, Bertucci's tough on top. You
could
could see that there, but
Soto with an attempt at a Granby roll. Now he's in a funk position, but that's not all this is going to do is run clock for him. But if he doesn't hold on to that leg, man, look at that.
Got to watch that leg.
Yep.
Got to watch that leg.
Bertucci, oh, jeez Louise. Whew. Okay, we got it blown dead. We're going to go to a fresh start.
What I struggle with sometimes is you hear everyone in the crowd saying, watch that leg.
Yes. 22 seconds left in this match for Soto to try to tie this score up, but Bertucci is just a leech on him right now, staying very tight. Soto doing everything he can to try to funk out of this. And
he stopped his momentum to take a look at the clock. You got to keep wrestling through that. Man, what a great match, George. I mean, between Bertucci and Soto, I mean, Soto's going to learn a little bit of a lesson here. He praised Pennsylvania wrestling, but he got a little bit of a lesson, and great job by Bertucci. And we're going to talk to him as soon as we come back. Stick with us.
Along the arc of a woman's life, there are many passages. Growing up, chasing dreams, building a career, embracing wisdom born of experience. There are times that make good health and well-being so vital. We provide care that helps women thrive at any age, at any stage. Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Julian Bertucci of Borough, 139-pound champ. Gritty 1-0 win there. Talk to me about it.
So yeah, going into the match, I knew I had to stay on the attack, and it didn't work so much in the first, so I had to do it the hard way, but in the end I got it done. So yeah, it's definitely like a hard win, but I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
Now, he's a new kid in the state of Pennsylvania, in the Westmoreland County. Were you familiar at all coming into that, him being a state champ from another state?
No, I don't really look at that stuff, so going into the match, I just knew I wanted to be the champion. So yeah.
Awesome, congrats. See you in school Monday.
Okay, see you in school.
Congratulations to Bertucci with that 1-0 win over Soto, and congratulations to Soto as well, making the finals here at the 71st WCCA Championships. Over to our team race. That kind of moved Borough up the ladder a little bit, George, into third place, closing the gap on Kiski, but Kiski still has 4 in the championship round, with Franklin Regional having the team race all locked up. We're going to go over and have a couple more girls over here. Do you know who we have coming up for the girls and what weight?
We do. So it's a Valley versus Valley matchup here at 155 pounds. So Lily Kranick out of Valley will be taking on Ayana Miller out of Valley. Again, just goes to show the depth of that girls program over there in Valley.
Here on mat 1 or 2, the brown mat, 145-pound finals between Max Firestein of Franklin Regional and Gage Mamie of Norwin.
Firestein out of Franklin Regional, a freshman, currently ranked 21st in the state and 8th in the WPIAL, taking on the senior out of Norwin and Mamie.
One of those names.
Firestone.
So this must be are we right? Firestein? Producer.
It is actually Firestein. We had it correct.
We have a correction for our correction.
A correction for our correction.
Mamie doing a nice job at trying to create some havoc with Firestein of Franklin Regional. Again, Firestein, that freshman, taking on Mamie, the senior out of Norwin. Action's going to be blown dead as they go out of bounds by official Joe Haddad. Side official Tim Lloyd.
You know, Jeff, I'll have to say, up until this point, these matches have not disappointed, you know, on either ends, the boys or the girls. All these matchups are action-packed. You know, these wrestlers, you know, let's just say these wrestlers tonight are going for broke in these bouts.
Well, that's usually what the Westmoreland County Championships brings out of everybody, George. That's why we love it so much coming here, and we're grateful to have the platform to do so, and grateful to be able to bring it to all of you out there. So hope you're enjoying yourselves this evening. Seeing a lot of familiar faces up in the bleachers as we watch this feeling out process by Firestein and Mamie in this first period, as it's going to come to a close with a lot of hand fighting and inside-outside collar action. A little bit of a Russian tie attempt there by Firestein as he's going to score 3 points as the time expires. But we have coach for Norwin, newcomer, coming over to official Lloyd to see if the time expired, and he's not going to get any satisfaction from that conversation. That it is 3-0. Wait, we're watching the clock. 4, 3, 2, 1, go behind 1 second on the clock.
Well, yeah,
Well,
there was still
he
a
has
second.
a legitimate argument.
Well, there was still a second on the clock when he was behind him.
Yep.
I mean, depending on if you're saying
His arm didn't go up,
was there
but-
control then or not? I mean, but
right.
But then again, you know, majority of the tournament, the side judges were counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the head ref on
Right.
each match. So
I think they are actually going to the table. So, George, take us over to the girls here. Remind us who we were seeing.
So right now, I believe that it's Ayanna Miller up 7-1 over Lily Kranick. They're both out of Valley.
Well, Miller has the green on her ankle, so if that helps you out there.
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
Yeah,
That's
no
fair.
problem. Well, I'm talking about our viewers that can't see it. So,
yeah. So Miller's in green and Kranick is in red.
With Miller up 8-1 in the second period.
And I'm sure these two have practiced with, each other all season long.
Right? And as I mentioned, Burl has a nice girls team as well, and they are very close in proximity. So if I'm those two coaching staffs, they are getting together for workouts from time to time. Looks like Firestein did a real quick mount, and he's going to get cautioned for an early jump of the whistle. So one caution on Firestein over Mamie. Mamie gets to his feet, but Firestein does a real nice job returning him to the mat safely. He's still in control, up 3-0 at this point. Mamie attempts to do a front Granby coming off of the mat, but he runs out of real estate in doing so as Firestein holds on as they both go out of bounds with 1:39 left in the second period.
And Coach Billett over there gets a kick in the knee and ankle when they get out of
He doesn't need that, right?
No.
Mamie back to his feet. Firestein trying to do a mat return here, locking up that one left arm of Mamie. There's Coach Billett. We're going to have this whistle dead. I believe there's another leaky faucet going on by Firestein, or is it Mamie now? Regardless.
Yeah, it's still Firestein.
Regardless, we got blood time. And over here on this mat, George, who got her hand raised?
Ayanna Miller was victorious by fall to
high fives all around from Coach
Perkins. The team score for Valley.
Yeah, right? We could real quick probably take a look at those team scores for the girls.
Valley has took the lead.
150 points, and Latrobe in second with 114 with nobody left.
Valley still has two more.
Yeah, so I'd say they've got it locked up, wouldn't you, George?
They do, and that is great for that program.
But the emphasis shouldn't be there. What we're most proud of is that all these girls got on the mat, competed, and we have first-time champions in the women's division in Westmoreland County, and that's what we're most proud of for all these girls that competed.
And it looks like that, let's see here, looks like that it's going to be another Valley matchup here at 190.
Coach Leby getting the last cleanup and words of encouragement to Firestein as they return to the mat. Second period, 1:25 left with Firestein up 3-0 and in the top position. Mamie does a real good job coming up to his feet right away, but Firestein relentless, George. I mean, I love how active and tight and aggressive this young man is on his feet.
Yeah,
Freshman, by the way.
He is, and again, it's one of those freshmen, and Coach Leby said that, a lot of people didn't know what we had coming up in the
they know
pipeline.
now, right?
And, yeah, they definitely know now. And that's another thing, you got to contribute to Franklin Regional, how they have that feeder program from their junior Olympics to their junior high, and it just keeps feeding that high school program that they could be competitive year in and year out.
Right, and a lot of that is attributed to their coaches. A lot of the gentlemen that you and I actually coached with and against, not with, but against back in the day, have come back and are giving back to their program now to help develop, because they saw and they realize and they know. And for all you schools out there that are saying, how do we build our program? It starts down low in your youth and your middle school. You got to get your numbers out there. You got to build your youth if you want any of these people to come up and be wrestling at the varsity level.
Yep, exactly.
So still here in the second period with 36 seconds left with Firestein up 3-0 on Mamie, the senior from Norwin.
I do like Mamie's activity, down in the mat position, maybe not right now in this position,
right?
But off the whistle, he's moving, right? He's trying to come up to his feet. He's fighting off these pinning combinations. He's staying active down there.
Look at the downward pressure out of Firestein, though. He's keeping that downward pressure, keeping the head and shoulder pressure right in the middle of Mamie's back, and he's working in with those one-on-ones and the wing bars and halves, just keeping that pressure, and that's going to end this second period. The whistle from official Haddad. We're going to the third period with Firestein getting choice, and he is going to select the down position. So if you're Mamie, what are you doing on top here, down 3-0? I mean, if he's got anything good as far as tilts in his repertoire, he needs to execute, George.
Yeah, and the thing is it's, hey, you take the first maybe 30 seconds to try to see what you can do, and then if you can't get it, then you cut them.
It took 9 seconds.
Yeah, that's what happened.
9 seconds. Firestein gets to his feet, earns the escape, extending his lead 4-0. So Mamie, he has to get busy right now. He's got to create some movement. He's got to get motion on his feet, because I can tell you, Firestein's got good motion on his feet. His side-to-side movement and his up and down, his setups with his hands. He's keeping a nice base, keeping his hands where he needs to work. Comes in hard with those clubs and fakes and attempt at collars, and just forcing Mamie. As I say that, Mamie gets in on a head inside single, trying to bring that up. He needs to limp arm out as he has to have that leg covered, but he's not in a good position to capitalize here, George. And to that, official Haddad does blow a stalemate. So Mamie's got to keep moving forward. A little bit of is that hands to the face? I think Mamie said, my bad, sorry. Maybe you got to keep moving forward here. You got to close the gap, try to chip away at this 4-0 lead by Firestein with a minute left in the third period. It's time to go if you've got anything left in the tank.
Yeah, that, Mamie, again, I was getting ready to comment on he needs to start shooting. He fires off a double leg, but
too far away. He telegraphed that from Hempfield.
The thing that happens is, I think these younger wrestlers, they try to wait for that perfect position to take a shot instead of, hey, get out there, get to your offense. The more attempts you take, the higher percentage that you're going to get a shot, right? You're going to get a takedown. If you only take one shot, you're only giving your chance.
That is an excellent point, George. And, if anybody needs to learn how to combat that kind of technique of just setting up that one shot, all you got to do is go and watch some film on Bo Bassett.
Oh, yeah.
The man is relentless on his feet. And we're down to about 8 seconds left in this match, and unless Mamie can come up with something head to feet or feet to mat, and he's not going to, as the clock expires with that final score being in the favor of Firestein from Franklin Regional, winning 4-0 over Mamie of Norwin. We're going to take a quick break and be back to interview this young man in just moments. Stick with us.
Drive like a champion with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville. You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. Customize your payments, apply for financing, get a value for your trade and more with the Bowser Express Store. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
Here at 145, you're the second Franklin freshman to win a title here. How's it feel?
Yeah, feels great. We fought for this moment. Me and Bell, freshman coming in here, maybe not ready to win, but we taking steps throughout the season. We're ready.
Now, you had a good Powerade tournament. I know you didn't finish where you wanted to, but you won some big matches, got some great experience on the high school level. How has that tournament and this tournament propelled you for the rest of the season?
I'm thinking I'm making big jumps. Last year, I finished short at states. Middle school, yeah. This year, I'm coming for it, I'm coming to make a statement.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job, brother.
Yeah, I like what he said there. He's coming to make a statement, and you look at that young man. He's a freshman at 145 pounds, and just put together really well.
That got me fired up.
I know, right?
You, Jeff,
I want to get some shoes out, right?
He said, hey, I didn't finish how I wanted. He was like, yeah, be it as it may. It was middle school states, but this year I'm coming for it. I'm ready for it. You got to love that. And I like how he ended that match. You know, he kind of circled back in, came back in the center, and boom, fired off a double leg right at the end. You got to love that.
You do, and because he didn't even need to take a shot, but he was being relentless, a la the Bo Bassett style of score points, score points, score points. You know, the moment you open the door and you take a step back is when you allow your opponent to possibly gain an advantage on you, which you do not want. George, who do we have over on the girls?
On the girls at 190, we have, let me see, who do we have? We have LaKayla Smith out of Valley, and again, it's a Valley versus Valley.
Last one for them.
Ariana Bernard out of Valley also. And again, this is 190 pounds.
This will be the 10th and final weight class for the girls. And on mat number 1 here, or 2, at 152-pound, Mason Horwath of Derry and Doppelhauer out of Bell Vernon. Senior versus the sophomore Horwath from Derry. And Horwath in quick on a takedown as they both go out of bounds. I saw the 3 go up, but then it looked like it got waved off. Did I see that right, George?
Yeah.
Did it get waved off?
Well, no, yeah, they gave it to him. They gave it to him.
Yeah, so they did. I don't know why I saw Coach Dolan shaking his head like, I don't think we got it, but yeah, you did.
Maybe it got waved off, but then they gave it back to him for Horwath. And I do want to apologize for Horwath's match in the semifinals. I said that he placed 5th last year at this tournament. I was incorrect. He was a champ last year at this tournament, was Mason Horwath as a freshman. So again, you know, he's setting himself up along with Firestein and the other freshmen that won to become a 4-time champ, just like they saw Willishell do right here on this very mat. So it's very exciting for these athletes.
It is, and I think a lot of these young men are becoming more and more dedicated to their craft early on, which is helping their development and enabling them to have that kind of an opportunity to be a 4-time county champ. You know, they see this in their rooms all the time. Who was a 4-time county? And that inspires them to continue to work every day and have that kind of a goal when they start and finally make it to that varsity room. So we also know that many times wrestlers don't have the ability to be in that varsity room as a freshman, but for those that do, they want to make the most of it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, again, and here you're looking at 2 wrestlers that, you know, Horwath's currently ranked 6th in the state in Double A and 2nd in the Whippeal. And Doppelhauer's, you know, no slouch either, currently ranked 10th in the state and 4th in the WPIL. So, you know, some quality athletes here, some high-quality wrestling going on tonight, and I love seeing it.
Mason trying to lock up. Looked like he was trying to go for a cradle, but no avail. That took a little bit out of him as he's now on just basically a parallel ride trying to figure out what he wants to do next as he takes up a peek at his corner or the clock to see what happens. And it's still 3-0 here going into the second period with Doppelhauer having choice. He's going to defer his selection to the third period, giving Mason Horwath his opportunity of choice, and he's going to select the down position to start the second period.
And just taking a look at how these wrestlers found their way to the finals. Horwath had a bye in the first round. The second round, he had a pin over King. In the quarterfinals, had a tech fall over Perkins out of Valley. And in the semifinals, he had another tech fall over Clayton, the number 2-seeded wrestler, in Doppelhauer out of Bell Vernon. Had a bye in the first round, picked up a fall over Bollinger, and then another fall. You know, I mean, these wrestlers were racking up points throughout over Gogenauer, and then a hard-fought 4-1 decision in the semifinals over Zanella out of Burl to find himself to the finals. But now, you know, he's in an uphill battle against Horwath, the returning county champ.
Yep, Mason here did choose the down position and did earn an escape to get back to his feet with 1:24 left in the second period. Again, the score is 4-1. Actually make that 7-0 for Horwath over Doppelhauer. Mason's starting to feel it right now. He's feeling confident on his feet. He wants to get back to where he feels the most comfortable on his feet and wants to showcase his ability to get these takedowns and earn a possible another technical fall or fall situation. Again, second period, 50 seconds left with the score Horwath 7, Doppelhauer 1. Remember when we were talking to Mason in the kickoff show, his main goal obviously is to get back to the state tournament and do the kind of damage there that needs to be done to extend your name and be that guy.
Yeah, definitely. And all of this, right? Like this tournament, these matches, they're all preparation for the postseason and the state tournament.
These accolades are nice. They're goals that you set, but ultimately it's getting to Hershey and getting that medal around your neck there. And Horwat secures himself another takedown of 3 points, extending his lead to 10-1 over Doppelhauer with time about to expire here in the second period. I mean, if you're Doppelhauer, you've seen what's coming your way. You look into your corner, and now you have choice. What do you do to try to get yourself an opportunity to chip into this lead as you see Horwat securing another takedown there in that period?
For Doppelhauer, all he has to do is keep competing.
Yeah.
Keep competing, because you never know what's going to happen.
Right. He chose the down position, but Horwat said, I want back on my feet. So we've got the score 10-2 with Mason coming in relentless again on his offensive attack. Doppelhauer not in a good position. I know he's got a single kind of wrapped up here, but he's down on his belly where you're never going to score any points, George.
Yeah, you're not going to score here. I mean, I was getting ready to say the best case situation there is it gets blown dead in a stalemate, but
right. Again, 10-2. They're going to be on their feet with 1:38 left in the third period.
I'd say if Doppelhauer at this point had any big moves in his arsenal, he'd look to try to start setting those up and go to them.
But what it seems is he's just countering what Mason's bringing his way. He's not being the aggressor, which he needs to be because he's down. So I agree, George. He's got to come at him, but quit waiting on Mason to come to you. You're going to have to go. Create that shot. Don't just stand in front. You need to get some motion, get your hands up, create an opening, or set something up through, an over-under, a Russian, a slide, something, but don't keep the distance waiting for him to come at you. Get on him and take your shot.
Yeah, because, Horwat's not one of those wrestlers that's going to take a bad shot where, maybe he takes a shot and his elbows are out and you could catch him and pancake him.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Not happening.
That's not going to happen. So you're going to have to set up your attacks and your offenses and your big moves here if you're going to want to capitalize.
By getting closer and creating that opportunity. Can't do it from the distance that's out there right now. If you can't touch your guy, you can't score. As I say that, Mason just comes in straight at him with that double and takes him over. George?
Yeah, and the quick, clean finishes by Horwat, too, are preventing those moves from coming in, for Doppelhauer.
Now, when he comes in on a shot, he knows what he wants to do to finish. He's not coming in and dying on his knees and thinking, all right, am I going to take him to the left or the right, waiting for him to react. He knows how he wants to finish, and he executes it.
Getting down a short time here, under 15 to go. Looks like it's going to be another county title for Mason Horwat.
4, 3, 2, and 1, ticking down. 13-2 over Cole Doppelhauer of Belle Vernon. We're going to step away here for a quick break, and we'll be back with our champion Horwat right after these messages.
152-pound champ Mason Horwat Adair, your second county title. How's it feel?
Feels good. I scored more points than I did last year, so it was cool.
Goals moving forward rest of the season, what are they?
Obviously win states, and hopefully the team does well too.
Well, hey, congrats on your second county title. You join our George Carter with 2. We look forward to seeing you get 3 and hopefully 4.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to Mason Horwat of Derry, and he's going to have his teammate coming up here right next at 160 pounds in, is it Evan Olson? What did I get?
From Derry?
Yeah.
That is correct.
So, yes, a teammate at 160, Olson from Derry, and Jack White out of Norwin, who upset, I don't know if it's an upset, was the 2 versus the 3 in the semifinals against Predina of Mount Pleasant, but Jack White gets the job done and earns his trip to the finals against Olson.
And Predina was the returning county champ.
That's right.
I think he placed 6th this year, losing to Jack White in the semifinals. I don't necessarily know if that score was that close, but Jack White is, a junior from Norwin and is a stud. Wasn't in this event last year because Norwin didn't compete in the event, but
right.
I'm not surprised to see him here, and I believe it's Owen?
Olson.
Well,
is that what you said, or do you want to know his first name?
I don't think it's Evan.
No, it says on here EWAN, but I don't know if that's a typo or not. If it is his name, I apologize. But we'll just say Olson out of Derry and White out of Norwin here at 160-pound final at the WCCA 71st Championships. Olson, the 4 seed, coming in here, upsetting Cartwright out of Franklin Regional to earn his trip. Did you say that, George?
No, I did not. Yeah, that was a huge match. We called that there in the semis.
It was a real good match too.
I think Cartwright ended up coming back to take 3rd out of Franklin Regional, but
White, the junior. Olson, also a junior. Let's look and see here on this if they had the same. No, that's how they say it or spell it.
Maybe the W is silent. It's Ian. No. I think Owen.
Maybe our producer extraordinaire would know because he's a Derry kind of guy. Yeah, he knows, but he forgets. So we'll get clarification on that as we see Olson in on a shot attempt.
Ewan, that works. That's what I said the first time.
He's in deep on that single. Now, how is that not 3? There we go. 3 for Olson of Derry over White. White found himself just trying to crawl away, but the minute all 4s were on the mat, that became 3, George.
Yeah, for sure. I thought he was going to be able to kind of just get away, able to create that space, but giving up that short period time score for White. But he's, still in good shape here.
Oh, he's all right. Olson got choice there. And here you're going to get another look at this takedown by Olson over White. Olson got choice, and he's going to choose a down position. White takes the top. He's going real quick to a tight waist claw ride, trying to sink that boot in on the side. Ewan. Thank you.
I think I did say that.
Oh, and we're going to get a penalty point
Figure
here.
4 on the body.
Thank you, George. I knew it was illegal, but I didn't see what it was. Olson trying to gain hand control as he comes to his feet here. White does basically a back kick to get him back down to the mat. What do they call that? Back kick, back trip?
Back trip.
Yeah.
White's a solid top wrestler here.
Very good on top.
And you can tell he's committed to this ride, committed to try to get some turn, some back exposure here. I'd love to see the time when high school wrestling does start to go to that riding time to kind of start award these athletes that are committing to wrestling here in the mat position on top.
Right.
Award them for it.
That's all evaluation for another day and another committee, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
White's he's possessed a lot of good wrestling skills for years. I remember this young man actually wrestling over here in the youth division for Greensburg before they moved over to another area over there at Norwin. But White's always possessed a lot of good wrestling talent.
Yeah, I do remember him, back in my days when I coached here at Greensburg Salem. He was the bout sheet running the bout sheet around here when they had the county tournament here.
Been vested in wrestling since he could probably put his shoes on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Olson's going to earn a reversal here on White, increasing his lead to 6-0 in the second period with short time to go. Two juniors doing battle here, 6-0 with 1 period left to go. White's going to have choice. Here we're going to see a replay of the reversal by Olson, extending his lead 6-0. White is going to choose the down position and try to... We've got a moment of concern here for the Norwin coaches. He has a question. I think he was questioning the score, but there's no question about it. I mean, it's the correct score. Whistle blows. I don't like to see White's head going down like that. I mean, he's got to build up, but Olson running that claw, tight waist over the arm, so it doesn't make it a tight waist, but he's keeping him all bundled up, tied up, trying to keep him from getting out. But no avail. White does a good job, comes to his feet, earning his first points of the match, making it 6-1 in the third period with 1:40 left to go. And like we talked in the last match, George, you're down. You got to get a little closer. You got to get in there and create your own opportunities. Quit waiting for the other guy to come to you. Get in there, get where you can touch, get some movement, not stand in front of your opponent like that and let him just come in. White's got to create a little bit more motion and side-to-side action and not allow Olson to come in there on his feet. Otherwise, he's going to score on this takedown attempt. He's got a head outside single going right now, trying to lift it up. White doing a nice job battling, trying to lock up what I think is a cradle attempt here, but that leg is going to probably create a stalemate situation for official Applequist, and it does, and they're going to blow that whistle dead with 1 minute left to go. 6-1, Olson's advantage over White.
Again, a big believer, the more attempts you take, the higher of percentage you're going to allow yourself to have on getting points here, and you're down 6-1. You need multiple takedowns to get back into it or a takedown to his back.
Correct. I mean, we're only talking 160-pound wrestlers here right now. I don't see enough, side-to-side movement or motion, if you will. I mean, they're standing flat-footed in front of one another, and if you're going to do that, the stronger or the little bit better agile athlete's going to win that battle. But if you've lost it twice, which White has, well, I can't say twice because he had a reversal there, and there was a penalty point involved, correct, right?
Yeah. For figure 4 on the body.
I just would like to see a little bit more motion out of White right now if you want to chip away at this 6-1 lead. Walking flat-footed right into him, going over these collar ties. Create your own opportunity here. Get your hands up, battle a little bit, do a little bit of pummeling, make sure you're close enough and set up your shot. Olson doing a nice job, saying, I'm sitting on this lead right now, and that's just how it's going to end with a 6-1 advantage for Olson. There's your county champion at 160 pounds. Stick with us, folks. We're going to be right back to interview Olson in just a few moments. Oh.
Dairy, how's it feel?
Feels pretty good. I kind of want to say, just from the from the bat, I knew that I wasn't the right seed, number 4 seed coming into this, and I knew I was at number 1, and that was my goal.
So that was a motivating factor in this?
Yes, definitely.
What are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
I'm really excited for postseason. I think that these past 2 years, my freshman, sophomore year, I think I really underperformed myself, and I'm really going to go at it this year.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, as they do the announcements for the award winners at the previous weight class, George, we're going to get into it here and talk about the 172-pounders coming up with the freshman phenom Mario Hutchison from Kiski going to take on Isaac Lisinski from Burrell, the senior versus freshman. Tell us a little bit about their path to get here, George.
Yeah, the senior out of Burrell and Lisinski, Gardner-Webb commit, placed 6th here last year. Lisinski coming in, he was the 3rd seed out of Burrell and picked up a fall over Moorhead, and then in the quarterfinals picked up a fall over Miller out of Greensburg Salem. Then the semifinals picked up a hard-fought decision over Delara. The 2 seed landed Delara out of Southmoreland. And for Hutchison, he had a bye in the first round. Second round picked up a fall over Marion out of Franklin Regional. In the quarterfinals picked up a tech fall over Riley Schaefer out of Norwin. In the semifinals picked up a fall over Mattress out of Penn Trafford. And now here we are.
Don't look away, folks. You might miss something if you do. This freshman Hutchison from Kiski is something to see here. He's going to create a lot of opportunities, not to take anything away from Lisinski. These two probably have seen each other in workout rooms or in clubs because they're both from the same area, but Hutchison's in on a shot. Lisinski's trying to battle it off, but he's going to bail out because he knew it was probably going to go to his back there as Hutchison scores an early and fast takedown in 30 seconds to go up 3-0 here in this match at 172.
Yeah, just, a nice clean finish there for Hutchison.
He's going to go optional start to start this. He's going to basically cut him and let him go away. Hutchison, the freshman out of Kiski. Lisinski, the senior out of Burrell. 3-1 the score in this first opening period at 172 pounds.
Hutchison, just a true freshman, currently ranked 6th in the state at 172 pounds and 3rd in the WPIL. Lisinski, the senior, 6th in the state in Double A and 2nd in the WPIL.
Nice counter by Hutchison as he kind of does just a slide go behind, but not really go behind, but he just ducked it to earn another takedown over Lisinski from Burrell, extending his lead to 6-1. He's going again with the optional start, letting Lisinski kind of come to his feet. And as you mentioned before, you're talking about the AA, AAA matchups, and that's what we have here with the Kiski AAA and Burrell AA. Watched Mario over the years, and his weight just continues to grow. I remember, I think it was Marky K had himself stand your ground and had him over as a youth wrestler back in the day. Is that 5 years ago? And, tried to showcase his talents back then, and it's just he's continued to improve as a wrestler, and you've seen his size just as he's matured, his weight has matured as well, and he's going to earn another takedown, extending his lead to 9-2 here in this first period with short time left to go. But I don't think he's done growing yet, George. I can see him by the time he's a senior being at least at 215. I don't know that he'll blossom up into a heavyweight, but that remains to be seen.
I don't, I was thinking about that, and I was trying to hold it until the end.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take anything away from Lisinski here, but I don't know if I see Hutchison going up to 215. I was thinking maybe 189 coming in 189 next year, and if you look at that, that could be a matchup if Snyder stays at 89.
Yeah.
Mario comes in at 89. That could be a matchup there that a lot of people would love to see.
Sure.
And then Hunter Snyder out of Latrobe not competing tonight, but one of the top wrestlers in the state, currently ranked 2nd in the state, is a sophomore out of Greater Latrobe at 189 pounds. But like I said, not competing in this tournament. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Hutcherson getting up to 215. I mean,
I would say that if that happens, that would be max.
Yeah.
But he's very natural here right now. But again, only being a freshman, I don't know what he has left yet on his growth scale. But he's in again on another shot here against Lisinski, trying to work and come out the back with a little bit of over-under, trapping that leg, trying to swim out and clear himself enough to put Lisinski in trouble to get that third takedown. Actually, it'll be his fourth takedown. And he is going to earn it here right on the edge, extending his lead to 13-2 with a minute left in the second period.
Yeah, Lisinski just can't figure out the offense here of Hutcherson. It's kind of relentless from different angles. Just can't figure it out. And Lisinski himself has some nice offensive attacks,
really
some nice misdirection.
Hutcherson's going to cut him here to go back on their feet to make the score 13-3. 30 seconds left in the second period.
And I don't know, I don't know what it's doing outside, if it's snowing or anything like that, but it looks like, unfortunately, the crowd is starting to kind of clear out. We still have 3 more bouts to go.
And a couple team championships to present at the end. This time is going to expire on the second period with Hutcherson up 13-3 over Lisinski. And Lisinski is going to have choice and smartly going to elect the down position, at least if pattern holds true. Hutcherson's going to give him a point to escape, but no, he's going to take the mount position here in the third period and make Lisinski kind of earn it a little bit, I think, George.
Yeah, hey, why not? Make him earn that point.
We can confirm that the girls' team title did go to Valley with 168 points, and Latrobe held on for second with 114, with the Burrell girls having 103. (13-4) here with 1:20 left in the third period of the 172-pound matchup.
Yeah, for Lisinski, it's tough to get to your offense when you're constantly on your heels, right?
Yeah.
Defending the forward pressure, defending the offensive attacks of Hutcherson.
And you just got to love the body positioning that Hutcherson brings. He's never really out of bad position, which makes it difficult for you to create an offense when you can't create an opening because the guy's in your face nonstop for 3 periods. Going back over to the team race for the boys, Franklin Regional has locked this up at 247.5 points. Kiski area has 199.5. They have a wrestler in the remainder of these matches. So the first one being right now with Hutcherson. They're going to be able to possibly close the gap. They're not going to catch Franklin, but they want to keep Burrell from closing the gap on them. And this is actually the last wrestler for Burrell. So unless Lisinski can do some damage here, which it seems unlikely at this point with just 18 seconds left to go, Burrell is going to finish with 181.5 points. The WCCA only awards the top 2 teams and recognizes the top 2 champions, the champion and the runner-up. So as the team race expires as we go along here, Franklin Regional will be your champion, with Kiski being your runner-up. But this match is going to end with Mario Hutcherson, your 172-pound champion, and we're going to talk with him next as soon as we come back. Stick with us.
champion freshman out of Kiski, Mario Hutchison. Starting the path for to be a four-timer here. I know we got ready to go. Talk to me about the match.
I felt I started real strong, slowed down, but I could have got to my attacks more late in the match. Last match, his coach said I gassed out. I don't think I gassed out. I think I was just sick with a stomach bug, but he gassed out.
Now here's a big question. Who's a better golfer, you or your dad?
On a bad day, my dad. Good day, me.
It's a good answer.
Thank you.
Congrats.
So we're going to move right into 189-pound weight class here as the officials started before we had a chance to hold them up. But no big deal. We've got Mark Gray out of Kiski, the number 1 seed, taking on Brady Brown, the sophomore out of Derry.
So, going to be interested to see how this plays out. I think at Powerade they wrestled, and Gray won by a technical fall. I think finished in the second, late in the second, early in the third. So interested to see how this goes, what the game plan is for the Derry Trojan wrestler and Brady Brown.
Look at him. He must have been listening to you a little there, George, as he gets in, and he's going to almost have him pinned here. Wow. Wow, and Coach Heater's out of his chair saying, "What are you looking at?" Oh my good golly. Brown was in on a takedown and got near fall points, and now Mark Gray earns the reversal. Did you happen to see what Coach Heater was complaining about?
Well, Coach Heater wanted him to wave off the 3 for the takedown.
For what reason?
I guess thinking maybe he didn't necessarily have control. I mean, because
I don't know. There was a point there where he almost looked like he was pinned.
Yeah, but it was somewhat of a scramble-like position.
Well, first and foremost, I hope he's okay here as he lays on his back.
Well, look, I think they're maybe cleaning up blood, or maybe I don't know what happened. But needless to say, Brady Brown. Well, I don't know what that for the back points. So what, takedown?
Here we're going to see a replay of it here. Brown gets basically a slide by go behind, or modified one like that, and he's got him all stacked up.
So yeah, he did give him the 3, and now he's counting.
He is counting 3, and I tell you, see the leg come out here, and this is what Heater is arguing about. He's saying, he never really had control, but official Anderson said he did, and Brady Brown is going to be up 6-2 with 48 seconds left in this period, because Gray actually earned a reversal there at the end of that period. Does a big mat return on Brown. Maybe he's just feeling a little bit, anxious and upset that he gave up those 6 points right out of the gate. So he's trying to impose his will on Brown as Brown gets to his feet, but gets a hard mat return and back to his feet again. So Gray with a few big, deep breaths here. First period, 33 seconds left. Down 6-2 in the top position, George.
Now the mat position was where Gray was able to strike in their matchup before. He was able to turn Brady Brown several times to rack up his points. So we'll see kind of what happens here. Brady's really committed to getting this escape and keep coming up off the mat.
Gray's got both feet in with right now trying to stretch Brown out, but Brown is staying up on his feet. We're going to call Coach Anderson. Official Anderson is going to call a stalemate and give Brown another opportunity to come up from the bottom position. Gray is good at running legs, does a nice job of stretching his guys out in an attempt to earn near fall points. Brown tries to come up again, but Gray goes over and puts the claw in, fighting Brown, but Brown is almost up to level 2 here to his feet. Hands are on the mat, but that's how this period is going to expire, with Brown with that huge start leading Gray 6-2. With the flip of the disc, Brown is going to get choice, and they are going to defer to the third period, giving Gray his choice, and he's going to choose the down position right now to start this second period, George.
Yeah,
good look at Coach McKeska. But go ahead, George. What are we doing here? Gray just comes to his feet, gets himself an escape by just standing up and turning into Brown. It looked like Brown wanted to do some type of a standing cradle, but it didn't work out. Get a replay of it. He's trying to go, and he just kind of lost hold. Maybe they're a little sweaty, and he lost it there, but we're going to start back on our feet with the score 6-3. Both in on shot attempts here. Brown out front in the front head kind of position, trying to impose his will, looking for his type of takedown. And Gray holding a good position, trying to get out of this front head position, scooting himself out of bounds with 1 point still in. Brown trying to suck him back in, but we're going to go back to the neutral position on their feet to the center of the ring with 1:15 left in the second period. Brown up 6-3 over Gray.
And Brown got third here last year. Gray was injured at this point last year. Did not compete in the tournament. I think he only wrestled in the postseason.
Brown in with a deep shot, trying to get behind. And that shoulder's going to hurt for Gray as he tried to have a wizard, but Brown just relented and going around behind, earning another takedown, extending his lead 9-3 here against Gray from Kiski. Didn't look like Gray had much of an answer for that. I mean, Brown just kind of basically come right at him in a bull rush position and then just ducked under and went behind. But I don't know how severe that injury is. You can see him wearing a brace, but he wasn't going to win that strength battle.
Wasn't going to win it. You know, Brown had a full body lock there anyway. He wasn't going to be able to hit him out of there, even using his length and some of that torque. But
again, Brown, the 3 seed and sophomore in this tournament, making his way to the finals, knocking off Tasso Whipple. Actually, that was a disqualification, but back in the neutral referee's position. Gray down, trying to get to his feet, and Brown, wow, nice forward
I knew that was coming.
So Gray's going to earn the escape, chipping into that lead, 9-3 now, back on their feet. And if you're Brown, what do? What's worked for you? You got to keep going back to it, right, until he can stop it.
You keep wrestling, you keep scoring. You know, that's Brown's choice. You got to, now what do? Do you go under, do you risk going underneath Gray?
I know. I don't think that I would do that, and they're not going to. Smart choice. They're going to go on their feet, stay with your strength. Gray's going to have to find a way to get in on a shot here and continue to chip away at this Brown lead of 9-3 in the third period.
Well, 9-4 with that escape
with the
at the end of the second.
Yep.
And again, with that 3-point takedown, it's still a match.
Absolutely. But not with doing this ear-to-ear stuff. You know, you can't score if you're just hanging in a tie ear-to-ear. You can't score that way. Brown making sure he's not in a bad position, working the edge of the mat, knowing that he's out of bounds, could get banged for stalling or fleeing a little bit here, so he circles back on, and now he's kind of pushing Gray out that way a little bit. And that just might be smart wrestling, George, where he's just working the edge, letting that clock run and not getting in any trouble. Brown's wrestling a smart match.
He is. You know, the game plan was sound, and he's wrestling, sticking to it. I mean, it's still not over, though. There's still over a minute to go.
Don't turn your attention away from Gray, because he can make things happen in a real hurry here. But not in this ear-to-ear position. He reaches down, try to go for a low leg single, but Brown does a nice job sprawling away and just comes back to his feet, trying to go back to that body lock again, but Gray's doing a nice job moving side to side here. He's got Brown extended, so if he can high leg out of this on the edge of the mat and go behind, put a little head pressure on there and try to clear that leg, but he's sitting on his butt, and it's going to be called dead to a stalemate by referee Anderson. So here we see another shot attempt by Brown, and it being thwarted by Gray. He gets himself a little extended. Brown's got his belly down, but he just didn't capitalize by going behind. So we're still on our feet with 40 seconds left to go here in the third period. Brown up 9-4. Gray in a half-hearted attempt at a shot there. I mean, if you're going to go, you got to go, George, especially being down in the match.
Yeah, he's going to have to get off the tracks there, taking those shots. You know, you got to play the angle game when you're wrestling a wrestler like Brown. You know, strong hips, thick lower body. You got to play those ankles, shoot low.
Yeah, at this point, I agree with you. Don't try to go at him straight on. You got to come to the side like that a little bit, but Brown just gives him one of those football blocking moves and takes him right out of bounds. If you're Gray, let's go. You got short time, but now we've got stalling on Brown because he's just going out of bounds, but there's only 3 seconds left, and unless something miraculous happens, that's how this one's going to end, with Brown dominating Gray in this match with right out of the gate with that big 6-point move. They shake hands. It's all over. Brown is going to be your 189-pound champion, who we will talk to in just as soon as we come back. Stick with us, folks.
I've been young as a long time. I've been within the room with some really good guys in college now, and I'm excited to see them come back and help into some of the camps we're going to be going to.
I've been going to these camps my whole life. I've jumped levels. The stuff I learned there I use every single day.
£189 champ Brady Brown out of Derry. I know you had a loss to him earlier in the year, and I know that didn't sit well with you. How motivating was that going into this match?
It was so motivating. I got back in the room Monday after that loss. It was grind, especially from bottom, getting 3 guys on me, not letting them, grind. I was grinding. So it's fun to win that one and see all the work you do come to fruition and really, show itself there.
Awesome. Congratulations and best of luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
George, I say he was grinding in the room quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, you did. And again, getting to the mat wrestling, because that's what hurt him, in their first matchup.
Right. Here at 215 pounds, Cooper Rutkowski out of Kiski taking on Elijah Brown out of Bell Vernon. Junior versus junior. George.
Yep. Rutkowski is the returning champ down at 189 last year, currently ranked number 2 in the state, and 2 in the WPIL is Cooper Rutkowski out of Kiski. And Elijah Brown's no slouch either, out of Bell Vernon, ranked 3rd in the state.
Brown in on that shot attempt there as he tries to come out the back, just trying to unlock those legs of Rutkowski, which is tough to do. But he's going to do it as he comes out the back and scores that 30-point takedown, George. Nice.
Yeah, and this was one of the matchups too, when you're looking at the bracket, that I was hoping it happened in the finals here with Rutkowski and Brown. Brown is only a junior, but a Pitt commit, and Brown's pretty tough on the football field too, right?
Yeah, this is your 1 and 2 seeds, so this is pretty much the matchup we needed to see at 215. Cooper, been on the scene for Kiski, since he was a freshman, one of those guys that I remember way back in the day. Heater couldn't wait until he got up to the varsity levels, so he's been there since his freshman year and has continued to be one of those leaders and point getters for the Kiski Cavaliers. Finds himself down right now, 3-0 to Brown from Bell Vernon, but I'm not going to say this match is anywhere near over yet, George.
Oh, no, it's nowhere near over. Still tons of time left, tons of action to play out here. But, Brown's wrestling tough. If he's able to finish this period on top, that could be huge and giving him a lot of momentum going into the second period.
He's doing a very nice job just tying Coop up, staying tight with the claw and a tight waist, but if you don't put something together here, you can get hit for that parallel ride and stalling. But Cooper's not really trying to do much to clear himself either. So it's just big man wrestling to a certain degree, right, George? With Brown having a heck of a mat return lift there.
And Brown, on top, he's staying busy enough, right, to gain the attention of the ref and warrant that stall call.
That's going to end our first period with that takedown from Brown. Here we're going to get a replay of it as he just snuck out the back door, did a hip swivel, and put himself in position to have those 3 points. Cooper Rutkowski gets the disc flip, looks at his corner, and he wants to go neutral for his choice.
I guess, Cooper kind of got a feel for what it's like to be underneath Brown and decided, hey, I don't want to go back underneath there again.
That's the first time in a while that I've seen Rutkowski be a little bit disheveled when it comes to confidence on the mat. So accolades or props go to Brown for forcing that. Coop's working a little bit here out front, trying to create an angle and a situation to get on the legs, but Brown is reacting very well for Coach Bob Bove over there. He talked in the kickoff show about how he has some guys coming and they're building that program. And with the wrestlers we've seen in the finals representing Bell Vernon, I see that happening, George.
Oh, yeah, for sure, and with Elijah Brown, he was on the kickoff show too, him and Doppelhauer, just that calm kind of demeanor that he has, but
just athletes.
Yeah, it's straight athletes when they're out there competing. And like you said, I mean, Coop is, kind of seems a little hesitant on his feet compared to previous matches.
I don't know if that, initial takedown just really caught him off guard and kind of wrecked what he had in his mind as his game plan for winning a county title or not, but he's out working the edge right now, trying to keep his foot in. He was in on that shot, that single, but ran out of real estate. So if you're Ruskowski and Kiski Cavaliers here, you need to do that action in the center of the mat.
Yeah, for sure. And again, you're gonna have to put a couple attacks together. Just that one, firing off that one shot's just not gonna get it done against an athlete like Brown.
Pace is slowed down a great deal here. Bigger man wrestling, it's typically kind of what happens when you get yourself a lead. You're waiting for the other guy to kind of make a mistake. You're not pushing the issue, but you're not really, doing much either yourself, just kind of looking busy. And that's kind of the MO of what this match is doing right now.
It is, and I'm not necessarily sure if that favors Brown or if that favors Ruskowski. I mean, we've seen Cooper wrestle tons of matches.
Right.
He does have kind of like that grinding style where he's capable of grinding a match out, but I don't know what Elijah Brown's conditioning is like, but.
Well, he chose the down position to start the third period here. Going to force Ruskowski to either, cut him and get to work on your feet or try to turn him. And Coop didn't have an answer for being on top. So being down 4-0 now, he's really got his work cut out for him because he's going to have to earn a takedown, probably cut him and go again.
Yeah, and, now this is where, Ruskowski traditionally will turn up the heat, right, and really start pushing the pace here.
Well, if he has it in the tank, he's going to have to start making a move with just 1:23 left in the third period. I'm at a disadvantage here, not being able to see around the officials, but it looks like he was in on a shot. Oh, yeah, just look at the monitor in front of me, right?
Yeah, he was in on a shot, but Brown did a great job of cutting that corner, right?
Going to go to a stalemate as official Nemchek blows the whistle. They're going to come back to the center. Coach Bob Bove and Brown putting a little strategy together here once the whistle resumes action with just 1:05 left to go. Both of them exchanging some collar ties, Coop's starting to pick up the pace a little bit, having a little bit more movement. I hope it's not too little too late, but again, you're looking at 50 seconds. You've got to make something happen because you're down 4. One takedown's not going to get it done, George, and I don't know if he does get the takedown, if he's going to be able to turn him right away. So
yeah,
you got to go.
And if it's going to have to be something to his back because he's not going to be able to get a takedown, give him an escape and get another one.
Tried to do a little bit misdirection right there, but Brown was ready for it. Coop's in on a head inside single, but he's battling the strength and core strength of Brown right now, and his head is just down on the mat, and I like that. I'm glad to see official Nemchek blow that dead, knowing that it wasn't going anywhere, but they're still running out of time for Ruskowski in this match, so the lull in that second period with not a lot of action has really hurt Ruskowski, and I think he's out of answers with a few ticks left on the clock. Brown from Bell Vernon is going to be your county champion, winning 4-0, and we're going to talk to him as soon as we come back. Stick with us, folks.
Quest School of Wrestling has been producing champions on the mat and in life since 2001. Come meet Coach Jim Akerly and see why Quest becomes family for your wrestler. They've produced many successful championship wrestlers by teaching student athletes about dedication, discipline, and competition, which ultimately makes them better people. Call 412-352-3727 or QuestSchoolOfWrestling.com. Quest School of Wrestling, with facilities open all year round in Washington, PA.
The Collision Shop by Jason Mignone is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered on both passenger and heavy-duty vehicle repairs, including scratches, scrapes, and dents, free estimates, body repairs, welding, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our all-new alignment and calibration shop has the tooling, equipment, and staffing to ensure top-quality alignment and calibration adjustments for
Elijah Brown, 215-pound champ here at Westmoreland Counties. In a matchup, you guys both ranked top 4 in the state. Talk about your performance.
I think I did a good job sticking to my game plan. Real heavy on the hands, just moving forward, score early, tough on top.
Goals the rest of the season?
State title. That's all I'm really looking forward to.
That's all you got to say. Yeah. State title.
Yep, sir.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, a few words, but very meaningful at that, George, huh?
Very
nice job,
meaningful.
and congratulations to Brown from Bell Vernon on their champion. That's going to take us to the big heavy duties here at 285 with Ekus of Kiski and Scarton out of Latrobe.
Yeah, both of these athletes, placed last year at the county coaches tournament. Ekus out of Kiski was 3rd, and Scarton was 6th last year. Both at heavyweight.
Yep.
Kiski, Ekus is a senior. They're both seniors.
Both seniors, yeah. So both of their last opportunities to secure Westmoreland County gold as they put an exclamation point on this tournament and their senior season. One of them's going out of here with gold and the other silver. So who you pulling for out there? Ekus out of Kiski, Scarton out of Latrobe. Both men in their senior season, filling each other out. It looks like Ekus went down for a low ankle pick right there, but just didn't have enough strength to pull that ankle in of Scarton out of Latrobe. Again, both of them exchanging a little bit of hand fighting, collar ties, big man wrestling, George.
Yeah, big man wrestling. You gotta love it.
Ekus got his way here through a fall, and in the, he had a bye. He had a bye and 2 falls, and Scarton had a fall and a decision, 5-2 over Sager of Southmoreland to make his way to the finals. What we can tell you out there as we watch these gentlemen figure out what their offensive attack is going to be is that, as we mentioned earlier, the team race has been officially won by Franklin Regional with 247.5 points. Kiski area will finish in second regardless of the outcome of this match with 204.5 points. Burrell comes in at 3rd place with 181.5. Derry, 2 AA schools, Burrell and Derry. Derry finishes 4th with 179.5 points. Ekus in on a front head position here over Scarton. Coach Heater is over there complaining for something, but actually what it was the end of the period. No scoring in that first period. Here we see Ekus in the front head trying to go behind, but time expired on him as they come back to their feet and out of bounds. The flip of the disc is going to put Ekus in the down position to start the second period. And your 5th team that round out the top 5 for the team race was Norwin with 162 points. George, we thought the team race was going to be tight and a lot of things up for grab, but as we did think, Franklin Regional ran away with it. But here we've got Ekus with a reversal and has Scarton on his back earning near fall points. So he gets the 2 near fall,
He's looking for a
reversal,
pin.
and now he's gonna get that fall for the Kiski area Cavaliers over Scarton of Latrobe, and this tournament is going to end with a fall from the Franklin Regional Cavalier Ekus, and we're going to talk to your 285-pound champion right after we come back from these messages. Stick with us, folks.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Heavyweight champ from Kiski, Ryder Ekus. By fall, how's that feel?
Awesome, man. I've been working hard in this offseason. Have been through a lot of tribulations, but we were able to push through and get the dub today.
Talk to me about how the level of competition in your room, especially in those upper weights, how has that prepared you for this tournament and moving forward the rest of the season?
Immensely. I mean, it's death row up there. We're the best team in the state, 116 up. I would put our guys against any guys in the state.
Nice little black guy there with the nose, too. How's that feeling?
Yes, sir. Feels great.
Hey, it's worth it with the win, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Congratulations.
Sir. Thank you very much.
Good job. Thank you.
Good job.
Appreciate that. Our 285-pound champion, Ekus, come over. First young man today to come over and shake our hands and thank us for what we do. So that's a young man that's been raised the right way, and we are hoping for great things for him moving forward in the rest of his season. So we're going to get to our recap here in a little bit, but what we would like to do is talk to our team champion, Matt Leby from Franklin Regional.
Technically, it's not. It hasn't been announced or official.
Well, it hasn't, but we picked it. We kind of had a good feeling, but Coach Leby and his staff put together a heck of a plan in place to, get the job done as a team here. And I'm sure he's very proud of it. So, Coach, I know it hasn't been officially announced, but please talk about what your team did here in the Westmoreland County tournament.
Yeah, super proud of them. We got a special group. They work really hard. They've been training again for all season, obviously, but during the preseason. So again, special group, and I think more importantly, just what a team effort from every guy. Obviously, that we entered in the tournament. We ended up having 13 place winners. So they're super proud of the group, and I think we're on the verge of, if we can continue to get better over these next couple of weeks, and they know what the ultimate goal is, but this is a great measuring step for us right now, and just really proud of them overall.
During your freshman Bo Fenix interview after he won his first title, he said, hey, I just wanted to go out there and score a lot of points. He said, Coach Leby said that, this is something that we could do as far as winning this tournament. What's it mean to you as a coach to have such a young athlete at that level, just wrestling so selfless, He's out there thinking for we kind of broke the news to him that you already had the team score locked up, but, he's just out there thinking, I have to keep scoring so we could win this as a team, not about me winning my first county title.
Absolutely. So first thing about Bo is a great young man. He's a freshman that, we knew coming up how good he was going to be, and Bo's special. So really proud of Bo from his individual side of it. But again, these guys are all selfless. So starting with the way Bo talked, they know there's something bigger than just them as individuals. And we talk about if you can take care of your individual, then it can take care of the team. And love those guys overall. Our staff's amazing. Our coaches do a great job with it. But Bo's selfless, but it kind of has everyone on our team overall. And it's kind of cool to know that he didn't know we had it locked up. So that's
Jeff
awesome.
told him, he was like, well, you guys kind of already had it locked up going into the finals, but great match.
But he wasn't thinking that way, and I think you said it best by saying, selfless, and that's a representation of what you and your staff are doing and where their focus really is. I know you've got a stretch coming up here section-wise on what your goals are for that. We all take a lot of pride in that team tournament. You've got a big match coming up with Norwin that's going to decide that for you guys. So talk a little bit about that. I mean, without divulging any plans or any secrets, but your goals this far is to get through this part of the season and make that team tournament, I'm sure. So talk a little bit about that and what you want to do
Absolutely.
to get there.
So first we have Penn Trafford coming up, and you guys had the dual meet on the other night. Penn Trafford's a very, very good team. That them and Norwin was a great match. So if we can get through Penn Trafford, we're going to have to wrestle really well there, and then Norwin sits after. So I think you're right. It's super important to us. We make goals as a team and goals as individuals, and it's certainly a goal of ours to win a section title, to win a WPIAL title. So we're not going to hide from that. That's kind of what our goal is, and that's what we want to be. But we also know with Penn Trafford and Norwin coming up that we got to be at our best, and more importantly, we got to get better. We just got to keep getting better, and these guys will be in the room working hard to get better because they love wrestling, they care about each other, and we're going to keep. I promise you, in 2 weeks we're going to be better than we were today. In 3 weeks will it be enough? We'll find out because Norwin's really good and Penn Trafford's really good, but we will keep getting better because these guys are going to go in with that approach every day, and they love to work and they love to wrestle.
Well, this is number 2 for you as a head coach, Coach Levy, and like I told you earlier, we kind of looked at the brackets and looked at what you guys are bringing to this weekend's tournament and kind of picked Franklin Regional to win it, and I knew it was going to be close. You guys kind of ran away with it though at the end, so congratulations on that, and I can't wait to see what you're able to put out there on the mat, come postseason. Whenever, we're talking about whips and states as a team.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Like I said, we're just super proud of these guys. This is our second team title since obviously our staff's been together, and each team's a little bit different each year. So, this is our team, this group here, their first title overall. So, I'm super proud of them. Appreciate you guys here covering it. We always, it's some of the best wrestling in the country, and you guys get to hear. I know my wife and my kids are at home watching right now, so I got to make sure I give them a shout out. They were giving me a little bit of stuff to practice in case we won that I could say.
Okay.
But I'm excited. They got to watch it. Honestly, they're busy with their stuff, so they got to be here to watch it. We appreciate everything you do.
That's
and
awesome.
I know they were watching. So hi back home to all of them, and thank you guys for what you do.
Video cut out. You have to say it again.
Do I got to say it again? Look at the camera. Hi to my family back home. Thank you to Westmoreland Sports for bringing it to them so they can watch between their schedules. So we love you guys, and thank you very much for all you do.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Good luck down the stretch with your team, Chase, and we're going to see you out there again soon.
Thank you very much.
Hey, good job, man.
There he is, the team champion, Matt Leby, and the Franklin Regional Panthers, with Kiski Area Cavaliers coming in as runner-ups. And I think that we're going to go to our man that has been helping us all day, Marky Kasanowicz, with a recap of these county finals. Let me get you that microphone, Marky, so you can do that for us.
So starting at 107 pounds, our champion was Bo Fennick out of Franklin Regional. He was a 17-0 technical fall winner in the finals. Moving up to 114 pounds, our champion Dylan Barrett out of Penn Trafford, 16-3 major decision. At 121 pounds, our championship bout, Leo Joseph, winner by fall in 1 minute 47 seconds. Up to 127, we had Anthony Mucci of Derry. He was a 6-3 winner. 133 pounds, Luke Willishell out of Latrobe wins his 4th county title, gets his 100th pin in that match. What's up, brother? Wins his 100th pin, I should say, in that finals match. So he gets to be a 4-time champ and gets 100 pins all in the same match. That's
insane.
Quite the honor. Credit to him, his family in the Latrobe room for that. We go to 139 pounds, Julian Bertucci of Burrell, a 1-0 decision over Dayton Soto of Bell Vernon. 145, Max Firestein, the freshman out of Franklin Regional. He is a 4-0 winner over Gage Mamie of Norwin. 152 pounds, Mason Horwath gets his 2nd title out of Derry, the young sophomore, 13-2 major decision. Go to 160 pounds, Ewan Olson, the junior from Derry. He is a winner, 6-1 over the junior from Norwin, Jack White. 172, the star-studded freshman, Mario Hutchison out of Kiski area. He is your winner, 13-4 major decision. We go to 189 in one of our, what I would say, our highlight bouts of the night. Brady Brown, a 9-4 winner over Mark Gray, avenging a loss from earlier in the year. 215, kind of our headline match. 2 of the top 4 ranked guys in the state Elijah Brown, Bell Vernon, your winner 4-0 over Cooper Roskoski of Kiski. And then at heavyweight, the big boys, Ryder Egas of Kiski, your winner by fall in exciting fashion. He got the crowd a little excited after that too. We already went over Franklin Regional, your team race champions, and Kiski area, your runner-ups. So congratulations to Franklin, Kiski, our 13 champs, and I'm looking forward to what we have next week or so on the Westmoreland Sports Network with wrestling. PT Franklin, I believe, Wednesday.
I believe that's going to be Wednesday, yeah. But
and as always, pleasure being with you guys on the mic, on the headsets. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that recap, Marky K. Congratulations to Franklin Regional and Kiski. And if we could just take a moment and jump over to the girls, talking about their team titles that went to the Valley Girls with 168 points. How about the Valley Girls? And Latrobe Girls coming in second at 114, with Burrell finishing up third at 103. And Derry with 47 points, and Greensburg Salem finishing out the top 5 with 26 points. Now, as we mentioned earlier, about the girls in the tournament, we love having it. We want the coaches and the schools out there to continue to grow girls wrestling so that we can showcase the girls by themselves just as much as we do the boys. What had happened in this tournament, though, just for you fans out there so you know how it went for the girls, a lot of these brackets for the girls ended up in round-robin type matchups where there was only 3 or 4 based on the number of schools that entered. So the competition wasn't as deep, but it's a start for them, George, right? So,
sure.
And that's what it's about, is getting things started for the girls. So we're hopeful that in the future that the girls' sports will grow even more so that we're able to showcase them on their own day, their own tournament, however it may be coming down from the powers to be. But because they didn't have the depth that the boys did going through the gauntlet of, 15, 16, 18 wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's not that we intentionally meant to slight them. It's just the situation that we were put in here with everything being thrown into the Westmoreland County tournament on one day for the girls on the same day as the boys. So you all know out there how we and our buddy Smitty, Chris Smith, who's at home recovering, so that's why you didn't get to see him and you had to tolerate me, but I hope we did okay for you out there on Westmoreland Sports. Feel better, Smitty, but we're big advocates of girls wrestling, and we want to see this continue to grow and expand with more schools and more participants and showcase those young ladies because they work just as hard as the men, George.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I said it multiple times on tonight's broadcast, It was great to kind of see these groups of wrestlers, just competing, both girls and the boys competing today. For all of the competitors on the girls' side, it was their first County Coaches Association's tournament. They're the champions. It's their first title, so they set themselves up, depending on what year they were, to win, 2, 3, 4 titles. And again, my hat goes off to the Valley and what they're doing over there and their girls program. Almost every match wrestled had a Valley girl wrestler in it, pretty much. Hats off to the Valley girls because they won their first Westmoreland County Coaches Association title. That's just
something that can go
awesome.
up on their
it's awesome
wall
to say.
in their school.
And I hope they get
the
trophy too. That's out in the trophy case out there. So I was very excited for both the girls and the boys wrestling. A lot of high quality wrestling, and just looking forward to obviously what's to come in the rest of I'll say our season as a broadcast team for the matches that we're going to call. It was a pleasure being on the call with you. Smitty, I hope you're feeling better and recovering, and we look forward to having you back on the call. And I just want to thank Marky and obviously Dan and Luke for running Cam in the finals. But yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Yep, I can't say that enough. Thank you for having me. Thanks for tag teaming with me during this broadcast, and for all of you out there, just stay in tune with Westmoreland Sports Network. If you want to know what's next, just check the website. Dan Flickinger always puts up what's coming up, and that's how we'll be able to let you know what's next. But I do believe, like he mentioned, that PT Franklin Regional should be next, as it's going to be a good matchup and a key matchup for winning that section title which is a very strong section this year for them. So other than that, I don't have anything more other than to thank all you out there for tuning in and spending part of your day with us. I'm sure you're all tuning into the Steelers now, but thanks again for your time today. Best wishes to you all out there on a successful new year. And George, till next time, thank you, brother.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, take care.